Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Let me tell you what's going on, folks. It's Ghost here once again with another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. It was a great day on the markets for all the individuals that had, taken a beating when it came to these equity sell-offs that we've been having for the past couple of weeks. But today was a pretty decent day for you, I could imagine. We got a lot of things to talk about, but I'm very excited about something in particular. And the thing I'm excited about, all right? The thing I'm excited about is we actually hooked up an interview. You know what I'm talking about? We've actually hooked up another interview, folks, for next Friday, and I'm not going to announce who it is just yet. I'm going to keep it a secret. I know that, individuals have been anxious for another interview, and we've got one. We hooked it up, all right? Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me that's listening live. If you happen to be listening live, please retweet the broadcast. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Just come on down and retweet it, put it on the social networks and all that other nonsense. But anyway, it is International Women's Day. For all those people who care, it's International Women's Day. We're supposed to, somehow champion the woman, even though yesterday we talked about some bitch, for a lack of a better term, folks, excuse my French. We talked about some ditzy, feminist, Gloria Steinem worshiping bimbo that dumped her kids off and just, forgot about them because she wanted to pursue her career. And she's being championed right now in the mainstream media of television because she wrote a book about this crap. And we went over it yesterday, and I don't want to go into it. If you want to listen to it, go back into the archive and listen to it. But today is International Women's Day, huh? Oh, I am woman. Hear me roar. Shut up. We're going to talk about the markets in a minute. We're also going to talk about how oil had a pullback today because OPEC has been rumored and now has confirmed that they're going to boost production to prohibit any kind of dramatic spike in the market. Although we're going to talk about how that's not necessarily a full-fledged insurance policy when it comes to trying to stop or prohibit a spike in oil. We're also going to talk a little bit about what else are we going to talk about? A Chinese blogger, believe it or not, out in China, got kicked off Facebook. And, it's supposed to be Facebook, the great Facebook that inspired these revolutions throughout the Middle East. The great Facebook that, is supposed to be so great that you actually got individuals in the Middle East naming their children Facebook. I'm not joking. I mean, you actually have people out there, saying, "Oh, I'm going to name my child to Facebook. I'm going to do it." And I mean, come on, man. I mean, Facebook is nothing more than a damn. It's nothing more than a damn company looking for a profit, and for these idiots to equate it more than that, it's just ridiculous. All right. But anyway, the Facebook actually canceled an account of a blogger from China, and this blogger from China is just an activist in China, and anybody who's an activist in China is somebody who's against the communist totalitarian regime that's in power. Anyway, the reason I'm going to talk about this later is this shows how much in cahoots Facebook is with certain governments, and it seems to me, I don't know, I'm just making an observation, I don't know this for a fact, but when you look at the influence that Google and Facebook had on the Egyptian uprising, and we're also going to talk about the Egyptian uprising in a minute, you have to wonder whether or not, if this is even appropriate, to sit here and allow the merging of private enterprise and government. You see, I'm a capitalist, folks. I don't agree when private enterprise is bowing down to governments, like Facebook is obviously bowing down in this instance to the Chinese Communist government. I mean, you're going to sit here and cancel an account of some Chinese activist blogger, and what could this Chinese activist blogger actually say that's so damning that's just going to cripple the communist government of China? Nothing. But you see, this proves, and we're going to talk about it in a minute, that, Facebook is obviously in cahoots with the Chinese government, and Google is obviously in cahoots with other governments, so on and so forth. I don't like this trend. You understand what I'm talking about? Us as capitalists need to differentiate the fact that there are multinational conglomerates that are legitimate private enterprise, and there are others that are actually merging with the government. And any time a corporation legitimately merges with the government, it's a detriment not only to the people, not only to private enterprise, but to capitalist itself, to the whole concept of capitalism. So we're going to talk about that also. And for all those folks that were sitting here being critical of me because I was critical of the Egyptian uprising, I wasn't giving it any kind of kudos. I wasn't giving it any kind of credit because, well, let's be honest, I was a little apprehensive about, lending my support to the Egyptian situation because, to be honest with you, it looked like a bunch of mindless Jehudis just going out in the street, rioting. I mean, if you looked at what happened in the after effects of the rioting in the street, it looked like a post-Katrina wasteland. And it was just a disgrace. There was no need for all that looting and, individuals out there had to take up arms for themselves because the police, they were helpless. The army was just sitting there because they were utilizing the uprising to have their own military coup. It was just a disgrace, man. And now what's happening in Egypt? Well, Muslims and Christians are clashing out there in the capital of Egypt, for Christ's sake. So here we go back again. Here we go. Oh, man. We're going back to religious theocracy being the focal point of human wars and human theaters of combat. And I mean, it's just disgraceful, man. Good God, I mean, are we still doing this? I mean, what the hell is this? Is this the goddamn Crusades? Is this the goddamn medieval times, for Christ's sake? We're living in the age of modernity. We don't need to be continuing to go into war and clashing with each other because of our religious differences. It's dumb. Stupid. Anyway, we're going to talk about a bunch of other things. But first, folks, I'd like for everybody to please, before I get into the market breakdown, everybody email, Twitter, Facebook, whatever your networking of choice is. Spread it around like wildfire, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Anyway, we did have some plus sides. After 2 days of negative losses here at the equities markets. The equities markets finally took a step forward today. In the Dow Jones Industrials, we were up 1.03%, an increase of 124.35 points. Big increase, you know. The Dow Jones Industrials closed out at 12,214.40. S&P 500 increased 11.69 points, a percentage rate increase of 0.89%, closing out at 1,321.82. The NASDAQ, of course, is closing out on the plus side if everything else is closing up on the plus side. But it did take a bigger hit for the past couple of days. It took a modest uprising or a modest buyback, it should be said. It was up 20.14 points, an increase of 0.73%, and it closed out today at 2,765.77. So if you happen to have had any kind of positions in the equities markets today, you were feeling fairly decent. Once again, I am very tentative with all the investing that's happening in this country. I'm very tentative at what's going on in this country. I mean, there is no consistency here with the investing, for heaven's sake. I mean, you have companies that are being publicly traded at this current time that, should be having more attention when it comes to the multiples of their stocks. But unfortunately, you're not seeing that. And the reason you're not seeing that is because, like I've been saying time and time again, we got a helter-skelter market. A helter-skelter market. That's, basically, you don't know where the hell it's going. One day, hey, it looks like doomsday, and we're going to go up to a $150 barrel of oil. The next day, it's rumored, all right, there's rumors going around that Muammar Gaddafi is actually going to step down or looking for a secret way out of his country, in exile, so he doesn't have to go to The Hague and stand in front of some international tribunal or something, and apparently that rumor has validity, and that's what actually brought down the price. Not to mention that OPEC, the international cartel of Arabs that produce oil, that's basically what OPEC is, for lack of a better term, they have promised to produce an increase in production, and this includes not just Saudi Arabia, but countries like Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates. So this is another reason why we had a little bit of a pullback in oil. But considering that, the media has been so eager to tell us that not only the OPEC and the other countries are willing to up production, they've even hinted to going into the strategic reserves, the oil reserves that are there in case of an emergency. They've even talked about tapping into the oil reserves in America. I mean, it's getting to the point where they're throwing everything at the investor to calm them down and say, hey, wait a minute, it's all right, oil's going to keep pumping. Let's bring down the cost of oil, because let's be honest, folks, I mean, the reason the cost of oil is going up is not because of scarcity at this point in time. It's the speculation of scarcity. And, of course, a bunch of leftists and a bunch of idiots that don't understand or can't comprehend the idea of investment, they can't understand why that's happening. They're like, oh, what? I don't understand why they're going to go up. Shut up, all right? That's why you're not making money. That's why you're collecting whatever entitlement that you're collecting, you stupid, silly ass. And that's really what's causing the spike in oil. But in my personal opinion, I think that speculation is justified. And we've been talking about it time and time again. I think it's justified because look at the whole destabilization in the Middle East. And like I've said with the Egyptian revolution, I think this is a very scary precursor to everything that has happened. I was critical about it when it was happening, folks. I was no fan of it. I was critical on it on my blog because I just didn't believe in this revolution. This is not based upon any kind of intellectual foundation out there. This is just based upon a bunch of Yehudis out there in Egypt just wanting to go wild. Yehudis gone wild is basically what you can call the Egyptian revolution. And why was it inspired? It was inspired by Google. It was inspired by Facebook. It was inspired by these new means of technological communication methods. And why was Google and Facebook instruments in doing this? Because let's be honest, the Egyptian population is pretty primitive. And you know, if you're an Egyptian taking offense to it, well, you know, tough titty. But let's be honest. I mean, I can sit here and say, hey, everybody that's listening to me, go out in the streets right now and just start run out in the street naked, or you know, whatever, just whatever. Yeah, we're going to rise up and we're going to take over the shopping malls, and we're going to take. I mean, no one's going to listen to me, you idiots. You want to know why? Because we're a civilized society. All right, we're not a bunch of Jehudis in the middle of a desert who's still worshiping a bunch of goddamn pyramids out there that's bringing them in all of their income, which is bringing them all their goddamn revenue. But you know, let's just talk about that for a second, okay? Here you are, you're rising up. You don't know why you're rising up. It was obvious you didn't know why you were rising up, all right? And unfortunately, they succeeded. Or it appears, according to the media or the way the people interpret what happened in Egypt. But let me tell you something right now. Egypt is just, it was a subliminal coup that happened. The military utilized the people's unrest. And that's why the military didn't do anything to the people, folks. That's why they're not after, like, Gaddafi's army, kicking some ass trying to, you know, squash the rebel unrest. You know, I mean, the military just, you know, sat on their guns and just said, hey, we're just going to sit back here and, you know, do whatever. So Mubarak in Egypt depended on the damn police. And the police, I mean, they were pretty much outnumbered by all those damn Jehudis that were willing to die for whatever. And, you know, the police were pretty much outnumbered. This is what happened in the Egyptian. I mean, there was just so much chaos in the street that chaos itself bequeathed the power to the military, and the military, as a result, is implementing what is this, what are they, elected or put in some prime minister, you know? It's just a disgrace. Anyway, the reason I'm saying all this about Egypt is because it's inspired this whole wave of uprisings in the Middle East. Now, there are some uprisings that are happening that are being inspired by this that do have legitimate intellectual capitalist fervor behind it. Those revolutions are the revolutions that are happening in Iran right now that we're just completely neglecting as an American media, that we're just completely neglecting as a focal point of what something we should be promoting. We should be clandestinely helping the Iranian revolution right now that's just, you know, wanting to overthrow the Ayatollahs, wanting to overthrow the theocratic, hypocritical, authoritarian governments. We should be helping these people. Instead, you know what we're doing? We're highlighting Egypt and, you know, oh, it's glorious that Egypt is here. Just shut up. Are you kidding me? It was a disgrace what happened. All right, it was a disgrace what happened in Egypt. And, I mean, are the people benefiting? No. You know what's happening right now? You've got Muslims and Christians rioting in the streets against each other. You know, there's like all-out like mini urban warfare happening right now because the Muslims and the Christians are just continuing to kill each other over primitive ideas. And it's just, you know, we don't need to continue going back to that, folks. That's why I'm a capitalist, and if you're listening to me, I hope you're a capitalist. I mean, we're in the day and age of modernity where we don't have to look back at, you know, already proven wrong theocratic nonsense or, you know, political philosophies that have been proven wrong or old-ass traditions or nationalism or whatever. What we need to understand is that us as people, as a global community, we have to demand modernity. And not only demand modernity, but demand it in the model that is appropriate for human progress, that's appropriate for human development. And that's capitalism, folks, capitalism. I'm sick and tired of people going to war and people killing each other for the most stupidest, ridiculous reasons, for Christ's sake. I mean, give me a break. I'm going to go to war for your country because my leader said so. I mean, why? I mean, is it some theocratic leader that's been there forever and we're supposed to just worship this prick? Anyway, let me go ahead and go on with the markets. I'm sorry. I know I go off on that tirade there, folks, but I'm going to go ahead and highlight the commodities. We did have, like I said, a pullback in oil. Brent crude was down considerably today. It was down $2.19, a change of 1.90%, closing out at a price of $112.85. Gas futures, for some reason, were considerably down today, even though I don't see it in the reflection of the gas prices that are currently displayed in today's gas stations. But it was down 3.09%, a decrease of 30.25 points. Heating futures also decreased about 5.86 points, a percentage decrease of 1.91%. Natural gas, well, they just decreased about 7 cents today. WTI sweet West Texas crude, it didn't decline as much as the Brent crude, because I tell you, there's still investors that understand that this is not all out of the woodwork. I mean, Saudi Arabia, OPEC, we can tap the oil reserves, all this other thing. All this, we can sit here and talk about all this, but inevitably, I, as well as a lot of smart investors that are looking at the geopolitical climate, that are, sitting here saying, hey, let me tell you, maybe we should just, take a step back, or let me tell you, this is very apprehensive selling here, and I can tell in the price. It was down 0.81 cents, or it was down 81 cents, excuse me. It was down 0.77%. It closed out today at a price of $104.63. So we're still above 100. All right, we're still above $100. $104.63 to be exact for a barrel of oil. But once again, what I would be seriously concerned about and seriously looking at as a potential investor in oil that feels that the price is going to go up, it's this Friday. This Friday, Baller Friday, for all the folks that listen in here to the True Capitalist radio broadcast, is going to signify whether or not we're going to have dramatic spikes in oil. And why Friday? Because Saudi Arabia has some sort of, or the people, or some sort of underground revolutionary faction in Saudi Arabia has spread it around in that region that there's going to be some sort of protest, uprising, people taken to the streets, something of that nature. And in my personal opinion, if there's something serious that happens in that situation, if we see the scenes that we're seeing in a lot of these other Arab nations and a lot of these other Middle Eastern countries, I suspect that we're going to see some increases in some oil, and we're going to see it quick. It's going to be a quick spike, I mean, seriously, I think it's going to be a real quick spike in oil. And the reason I'm saying that, folks, is because Saudi Arabia produces most of the damn oil in the world, for Christ's sake. And if it spreads to Saudi Arabia, I mean, look, let me tell you something. And the reason I'm saying that we should be so observant about the Saudi Arabian situation this Friday is because if there's any kind of legitimacy, and let me tell you, the royal family, the House of Saud, has been so incremental in attempting to kind of calm down this potential uprising. They've gone as far as to give out money to their own people and say, "Don't worry, we'll give you money. We'll give you money. We'll forgive debts." They're forgiving debts, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's what I'm talking about. No, actually, Nigerian, we're going to see it Friday, our market time, which will be Friday, their nighttime, I believe. So we are going to see the repercussions of what happens this Friday. And that's why I'm saying our eyes should be on that. If there's any legitimacy to this uprising in Saudi Arabia, and we see any scenes of people getting hit with billy clubs or tear gas, that's just going to spread. And it's, let me tell you, it's going to be some serious crap. And I'm still long-term on oil. And after this Friday, I mean, it's still not out of the woods. There's still a lot of things that, that can go wrong, a lot of things that can go haywire, in my personal opinion. So anyway, just take a look at that oil. And let me tell you, I know that they're trying to calm the investors down. I mean, look at what the government's done. They've talked about how they're going to tap into the strategic oil reserves, for Christ's sake. They're like, look, calm your asses down. All right, I mean, just keep spending, keep spending your money, because let's be honest, we have to keep spending money to make this economy keep going. And the only way we can spend money is if commodities, which every commodity is going up, but the most sacred commodity, which is oil, which is refined to gasoline, which gets us around and gets products from point A to point B. When the rise in this commodity hits, it's going to hit the pocketbook. You're going to see a rise in prices. A lot of things are going to happen. So we're going to keep our eye on that. As a matter of fact, this Friday is the day to figure out if there's going to be potentially $150 barrels of oil or not, in my view. That's my opinion. Let's go down to the agriculture, shall we? Canola futures, there was a sell-off because there was gradual increases coming up to this day. $7.20 it was down. Cocoa futures, there were sell-offs in this particular commodity because I don't think that you could go any higher, in my personal opinion, with cocoa futures. Given the fact that the Ivory Coast is under a civil war at this point in time, there's a lot of serious things happening. And, of course, the Ivory Coast is the main supplier of cocoa, which is the main ingredient of chocolate. Cocoa futures sold off down $29. Coffee futures up $6.05. Let me tell you, coffee futures continue to go up. You better start expecting to pay more than $8 for a goddamn latte at these little fancy little, prissy-ass liberal coffee joints. I mean, that's another thing. Why can't I just get a goddamn regular cup of coffee anywhere? I know I live in Austin, Texas. I know that it's kind of liberal out here, whatever the case might be. I just want a cup of coffee, black cup of coffee. I don't want, some stupid Frenchy-sounding latte that's supposed to make me sound sophisto or some crap, all right? I don't want to be some pseudo-intellectual saying, oh, yes, I would like a latte castellamazon. Shut up! I can't even get black coffee, man. I'm even going into the corner stores. They got this little, silly crap with with some fruity name on it, for Christ's sake. But it's going up, and we're going to see that in the coffee if you happen to use that as a stimulant to get by the day. Corn futures, we're continuing to sell off on corn because people are pulling back. Let me go ahead and, no, I'm not saying coffee is liberal, asshole. All right, I'm saying that coffee, the coffee joints, the places where you go and sip on coffee, it's typically a liberal environment because it's always assholes with little laptops, writing about their screenplay that they're never ever going to get a goddamn dime for, or their stupid little novel, and they're out there, speaking poetry to each other, sipping on these $8 a damn coffee lattes, for Christ's sake. All right? And I'm not saying there is anything wrong with coffee. It's just I want black coffee, just regular coffee, just give me the goddamn regular stuff, the kind of crap that was, that Juan Valdez, remember that prick? Remember Juan Valdez, the guy with the mustache and that stupid jackass that used to carry around with him? Whatever that asshole was, picking and whatever that asshole was cultivating, I want some of that. All right, I'm sick and tired of going into an establishment where I am supposed to be served a decent cup of coffee, where the only thing they have is this disgusting, despicable, oh yes, we got the latte coffee and the cappuccino, and we got the. I mean, they're trying to sell me cold iced coffee. I mean, have you heard this crap? This frappuccino crap. What is this crap? Yeah. Now I've got a goddamn Slurpee that's coffee. I mean, I don't get it, man. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I'm just saying that there's nothing liberal about coffee. As a matter of fact, you need coffee to get through the damn day. All right. I mean, if you notice, I don't sleep much. If you look at the tweets that I conduct here and compare them to. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't get much sleep, so you need coffee. I get it, all right? I get it, but not here. I mean, I just need some, regular coffee, all right? I don't need this fancy, smancy crap, all right? I don't need this crap. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that tirade about coffee. Anyway, it's up $6.05. Corn futures, a sell-off today. It was down $12. And there better be a sell-off because I'm sick and tired of paying $1 for an ear of corn. We were seeing all-time highs in cotton, folks. Remember yesterday I was like, good God, I mean, how high is it going to continue to go? We finally see the sell-off from its all-time high. It's down $7 today, but it's still up there. You're going to be paying for those stupid little silly-ass little fruity Ed Hardy shirts, you know? You're gonna have to be, paying for those still here in the next couple of quarters. Wheat futures are continuing to sell off. I guess there is a pullback in demand because of the high rise in cost, obviously. It was down today $24.50. Sugar is on the rise, still on the rise. It was up 2.37%, an increase of 71 cents. Lumber futures, folks, up after a couple of days of sell-offs in their futures markets, $3.60. Oat futures, a continued sell-off from the last couple of days, down $11. Soybean oil down 62 cents. And wool futures, after all the pullbacks we've been seeing there, it's up $7. Let's go to the industrial metals, shall we? Now, we've been seeing dramatic sell-offs off of the all-time highs in copper, but it's still going back up, folks. And like I said, I still think that copper is a bullish metal at this point in time. I mean, there's a bunch of industrial uses. There's a lot of hoarding going on in this particular industrial metal. It's pretty decent still at this point in time, a decent 6-month investment or a futures trading pattern that consists about 6 months, or an options trading pattern that consists about the next 6 months in copper. It was up today $1.65, an increase of 0.38%. Gold finally had a sell-off after some increases yesterday because of the unrest in the Middle East and people selling off in equities and putting it in better positions to hedge and possibly profit. It was down today $5.50, but silver, good God, man. I mean, silver. Well, let me tell you something. Silver continues to go. This is why I've been saying I've been bullish on precious metals. Silver today increased once again, up 17 cents, an increase of 0.49%, and we're getting to all-time highs. We're getting close to just continued, like, record-setting highs for silver, all right? Now, somebody's asking, what the hell's so precious about silver? Well, not only do people wear it because, they're too poor to buy gold, and not only that, I have a lot of gold products. Don't get me wrong, I got like a badass diamond-encrusted bezeled Rolex watch. I've got a lot of gold products. The thing is that gold is so high at this point that these, losers out here, these scumbag criminals can go out and clock you in the mouth or put a gat on your ass, gank you for your gold, put that in the damn pawn shop, and they're up several $1,000s with gold, all right? Now, silver is now being worn. I don't know if you've noticed this. Why don't you look at people and check out what kind of jewelry they're wearing? They're actually going and wearing silver. Now, you take that into consideration, and also silver is also an industrial metal just as much as copper. It's a big deal here. I mean, there's a lot of uses for silver, a lot of industrial uses, not to mention that it's a popular jewelry. All right? I mean, that's all there is to it. It's a popular piece of jewelry. I mean, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to go out and wear some gold at this point in time. I got that locked up in the safe, baby. I mean, I got that locked up in the safe. I'm not going to go out in the public, man. These idiots will eyeball your ass and say, "Hey, look at that motherfucker over there with his gold chains and his gold watch and his gold rings." I think I'm willing to take a penitentiary chance of 5 to 10 trying to gank this crap from this stupid old piece of crap, and then they're going to gank you. They're going to gank your ass, and I'm not going to do it. So. Now I've got some other type of metals that are also becoming sought after. So you can't win for losing anymore, man. You got to have security now, for Christ's sake. But I'm still somewhat bullish on silver, believe it or not. I think it's very short term, though. I think at some point we're going to start seeing a bottoming out on silver because that's the historical pattern that we've seen. We saw this in the 80s. We've seen this in several times in silver's history. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? The livestock futures, we're seeing an increase in people wanting to eat some goddamn meat. I mean, we got a lot of people wanting to eat some T-bone steaks. We got a lot of people that want to eat the prime rib, and I don't blame them, man. That's all I eat, man. The cow is a great, it's just a great animal. It's a great, stupid animal. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, there's a lot of things you can eat on that cow, baby. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's up $1.45, an increase of 1.26%. Cattle feeder futures, we've been talking about how cattle feeder is really what's driving up the cost in cattle in the grocery stores. If you happen to be shopping at the grocery stores and you see that meat is going up, not to mention that you've got McDonald's recently announcing that they're going to phase out the dollar menu because meat prices are going up. A good reason why meat prices are going up is the cattle feeder that they feed the cow. And if you look at the futures market, cattle feeder futures is worth more than the actual goddamn cow. And why is the cattle feeder futures going up? Well, because the components that make cattle feeder are other components in the commodities market. And we've seen increases in corn. We've seen dramatic increases in corn. We've seen dramatic increases in wheat. And this is what's driving up cattle feeder futures. They're main components in that. So we're going to continue to see increases in beef. So I don't know, man. I'll spend the money on some beef. I really don't care. You know what I mean? I'll spend it. I'll spend it all night long, baby. Anyway, lean hog futures are also up, for Christ's sake. What is it, the springtime ham everybody's anticipating, for Christ's sake, huh? For Easter, I want a ham bone. Anyway, lean hog futures were up 2.54%, an increase of $2.52. And that is the markets for your ass. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's people asking me, hey, what, do you don't like pork? I like pork. Don't get me wrong. I love it. All right? I mean, I like a good ham. I'm not, what do you think, I'm Muslim? You think I'm Jewish or something? I like pork. Are you kidding me? I mean, a great job to have this is a great job that somebody should think about. They should eat pork for Muslim and Jewish people and describe to them how it tastes, you know? So, it's some good, just tasty, sultry meat that you just, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, since they can't have it, you might as well just go ahead and, eat it and, have them, hire them so you can get a whiff of it. You could describe the taste to them. Oh, man, I love a good ham bone. I love some good baby back ribs. I mean, I like that crap, man. Let me tell you, the pig, at least my God doesn't give a crap about pigs, so, I can eat it. I don't know about your God. My God doesn't give a crap. But I love good bacon. Anyway, 646-652-4869. That is the markets for your ass. You know what I'm talking about? And as a matter of fact, before I take some calls, I'm going to take a break. But before I take a break, folks, I'd like for everybody to spread around that we're going to have an interview, not this Friday, but next Friday. I was actually considering taking most of the week off next week from the show because it's spring break. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sitting over here doing business, making money. I mean, spring break is next week, for heaven's sake. And not to mention that spring break is next week, I have a lot of people that are emailing me and are asking me, hey, Ghost, I want you to extend the deadline for this video contest that you're conducting on your broadcast. And the reason is because a lot of people, I know we have a lot of younger contingent listening in, a lot of people in college, high school. They're going to be off next week, and they'll have a lot of free time to, promote in video fashion the True Capitalist radio broadcast. It'll give them a lot of time to put together these videos to promote. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and extend the video contest until the end of the month. All right, I'm serious. End of the month, and what I'm doing, I'm looking out, I'm seeing everybody's video, and I want to thank everybody who's made a video, man. I mean, besides the assholes out there that are making jackasses out of me, I don't really appreciate that crap. But everybody that's out there trying to promote the video, Goku, Tech Guy, some of the people in the BWC, a lot of people out there actually trying to go out there and promote the actual show, and I want to thank you very much. So I'm going to extend the deadline to the end of the month of March, because apparently we've got a lot of people that want to conduct themselves in video fashion. This coming spring break is going to allow them to have the time to make these videos. And man, it takes a little time to make a damn video. You know, I mean, I've got my own channel here. I just got it on YouTube. Ghost Politics is the channel. And let me tell you, it's not easy. All right, it's not easy. So anyway, we're going to extend the contest. And whoever gets the most hits on their YouTube video, whoever gets the most hit after all the YouTube videos that are out there about True Capitalist Radio, and they have to be promoting True Capitalist Radio, I got $200 going to whoever has the video with the most hits. Woo! Anyway, once again, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Ghost Politics is the YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm going to take a break really fast, folks, okay? And when I come back, I am going to reveal who's going to be interviewed next Friday, man. I'm excited about it, man. I'm hyped. I mean, it's a true American badass that is going to be interviewed on my show next Friday, Spring Break Friday. I'm excited about it. As a matter of fact, let me take a chug of beer on that. I calm my ass down. And let me tell you, I hope that everybody out there that's listening appreciates the guest. I know you are, as a matter of fact. I got a lot of young listeners. You're going to know who he is. As a matter of fact, if you're a little older, I mean, you might know who he is. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, I'm going to take a break really fast. I played this song yesterday for folks, and people got a little scared. They thought it was saying some subliminal messages or something. No. You know what it's saying? You know what this song is saying here? It's saying everything that the government, and it doesn't matter what government you live in, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, every bureaucrat, every bureaucratic system wants to take this away from you. All right? This song, I played it yesterday, and people were like, oh, my God, I mean, it's subliminal, and I don't know what he's doing. Is he casting a spell on me? No. This song right here is every government saying what they want to do to you. All right? I'm not joking. Here, put it on. This is every government's message to their subjects. Listen.
recorded.
All right. I think they get it. I think they shut it off. Shut it off. Anyway, that was We Want Your Soul by Tyler Crichton. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me, man. I just had to take a quick break. I'm conducting business here, believe it or not. I mean, believe it or not, I'm about to sell one of my brick-mortar businesses, man. And I'm about to make a considerable profit on that, man. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, I know that Obama's implementing a lot of socialist garbage here, and believe me, I'm not in agreement with it at all. But let me tell you, I have profited generously here in 2010, 2011, and I just, I don't know what to say. I just love being a capitalist is all I'm talking about. Anyway, let me go ahead and take another drink. Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have any more drinks. Let me go ahead and open up another can of, I don't know what you want to call it, Negras, Wetas, something or other. Here, let me go ahead and take a chug of it. Here, open it up. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, folks, I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. I want to talk a little bit about OPEC and how the investors right now are pulling back on oil futures because they believe that OPEC is going to, they are going to increase production, but that somehow OPEC's not going to get affected by the rise of Arab uprising that's happening throughout the Middle East. So anyway, folks, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Let's take some callers right now. And if you want to get your call in, give me a call, for Christ's sake. Don't sit on your ass, flap your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, and talk a bunch of nonsense. If you got yourself a pair and you don't agree with me, get on the damn horn. I'll be more than happy to whoop your ass verbally. I mean, no BS. Anyway, area code 386, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I just want to let you know, there's some guy named Sebastian on Blog Talk Radio from Seymour Enterprises, and he's making a true communist radio station. And
yeah, well, who really gives a crap, all right? Who gives a crap if they true communists? Who really cares, all right? How about that? How about I take a dirty diarrhea crap on true communist radio? Here, let me do that. All right, right there, all right? True communist radio. That's what you got right here, all right? Piece of crap. Sit over here and try to promote your little stupid pissant little radio show on my show, you piece of garbage. All right? Anyway, 64665. That was a sound effect, folks. That wasn't me really, laying out a, cheese cutting event there. All right. All right. I know there's people like gross. I mean, it was just a sound effect, folks. All right. Good God. Let's take some more callers here. Area code 213. You there?
Ghost, I'm happy to hear that you're selling your business, baby. That's the way capitalists do it, and I'm glad to hear you out there making your money. But listen, I just flipped one of my EBT cards yesterday. It had $50 on it. I sold it for $45. So how should I invest that money, Ghost? What do I do?
You're really, this is not funny anymore. You're really starting to piss me off because, let me tell you, if you're really collecting those types of entitlements, man, you're ripping us off, all right? You're ripping off the taxpayer, and stop that kid from crying already, all right? Change the diaper on that kid or something. Stop choking it.
I changed the diaper, Ghost. I changed the diaper. I've been feeding it. It's been the first of the month. He's had ribs.
It's crying. I can hear it crying all the time, for Christ's sake. What's wrong with it? He just
cries like that, Ghost. It's because you yell, Ghost. Whenever you yell, you disturb my kid, Ghost. That's your fault. See, he's laughing now.
You sick piece of crap. Get him off. Get him off. I mean, are you hearing this, for Christ's sake? I mean, this is it right here. I mean, every day I get it from the 213 area code. You know what 213 is? It's California. Yeah. It's California, for Christ's sake. These assholes that are sitting out there on their, entitlement-ridden asses, and they're pissed off that they're not going to get them anymore. And it just makes me sick. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just sad. You can tell he's choking his kid or something. You know what I'm talking about? He's giving his kid a couple of slaps to the face. I mean, it's just sick, man. And why is he doing this? He's trying to suck the emotion of true capitalists that are sitting out there listening. People that don't want to go out there and get paid. You know what I mean? People that actually want to make some money. He's trying to suck the emotion out of it. But you're not going to suck the emotion out of us there, you emotional vampire-ridden piece of garbage. You want to know why? Because it's your fault, baby. It's your fault that you had them kids and you can't afford them, all right? I'm sick and tired of people coming up to me and, wanting me to have compassion for them because, no, baby, you're not understanding, Ghost. My kids, baby. My kids. You're not necessarily understanding. My kids, baby. Just makes me sick. Let's take some more calls. 715, you're on the air.
What?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not so much. You? Quick question, Ghost. What do you think will happen when the Chinese invade the U.S.?
Well, Chinese are never going to invade the U.S., you idiot, all right? I mean, I know that's what you commies want. I mean, you're sitting there, whacking your little, 3-inch pink Willie pecker shafts off saying, oh, I want Chairman Mao. I want the spirit of Chairman Mao to come in here and raid America. It's not going to happen, all right? It's not going to happen. As a matter of fact, they're more worried about their own people than they are worried about America. Are you kidding me? The Jasmine Revolution is uprising right now in China. And long live the Jasmine Revolution, long live Tiananmen Square. And I love to see the Chinese government sitting there, worried. They're shaking in their boots, for heaven's sake. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and move on. This Chinese blogger, who his legal name is Zhao Jing, said Tuesday that Facebook canceled his account because supposedly this is the reason they gave him. He's using a pseudonym, not his real name. Yeah, now you can get kicked off Facebook if you're not using your real name now. I didn't know this. Well, first of all, I didn't care because I'm not using Facebook. Never will use Facebook. I think Facebook's the biggest scam of all time, and everybody's sitting there, putting free content to these idiots' websites. They're putting, free pictures and free blogs and free everything, and they're profiting from it. I mean, you're just giving them information about yourself, and they're selling it. I mean, I already told you, a couple of shows ago that Facebook is actually selling or actually applying to the government to get the okay from our government to sell your phone numbers and addresses. So on top of comprising psychographic and demographic analysis of what you do on a consistent basis, they're also going to put an address and a phone number to anybody that wants to buy this information. So, I mean, it's disgusting, man. All right, and what's really disgusting is that they tried, or Facebook and Zuckerberg, Mr. Zuckerberg over here is trying to be Mr. Liberal. It makes me sick when I see these goddamn little celebrity tabloid paparazzi. They take pictures of him when look at him, he's just sitting there in like a regular person amongst his employees eating out of a sack bag. Look at him. Oh, look, he's in the regular little mall that we go to, and he's such a regular person. Look at his house. His house isn't that big for somebody that's so rare. I mean, he is such a fraud. You know that? I mean, it makes me sick whenever I see Mark Zuckerberg and his fake ass. And, am I hating on him? No. What I'm doing is highlighting how gullible the American people are. Not only the American people, but the world people. Remember, this is the internet. We have free communication. We can exchange ideas, and it shouldn't matter whether or not these ideas are going to hurt a specific government's feelings. Okay, and this is what happened in the Facebook situation. They canceled his account, and the legal reason they gave him was because he wasn't using his real name. Even though Mark Zuckerberg set up a Facebook for his new puppy, named Beast, complete with photos and a profile. And yet they told Zhao Jing, this controversial blogger out of China, and let me tell you, I don't know how controversial you can be out of China without, getting sent to some goddamn Chinese gulag or torture chamber or some crap, all right? But he's supposed to be controversial. And they canceled his Facebook, and the reason is you're using a pseudonym. We're not using your real name. Yeah, we want your real name. We want your real information because it's Facebook. Yeah, and there's people in the chat room right now saying there are so many Facebook fake accounts out there, it's disgusting. And of course there is. But, of course, what is Facebook going to say? They can't say anything. They can't say they're in cahoots with the Chinese government because that right there, this move, that what they did to Zhao Jing here is the exact action of someone who, has the government merged up their ass as a corporation. And I don't agree with that, folks. I'm a capitalist that believes that you should not have governments and corporations merging together. I know that the United States has done that as of late. I'm not in agreement with it, although I know that there's profits to be made from it. I don't agree with it. But, the people elected this government. The people elected these individuals in office, and the individuals in office are utilizing their power to do these things. The people know it. It's in the media. It's all around. The people are accepting it. And, is it wrong if the people are accepting it? Seriously, is it wrong? I don't know. But us as capitalists, we're trying to capitalize off this goddamn little merging with certain corporations in the United States government. Anyway, folks, I think it's a disgrace, all right? I think it's a disgrace that, Facebook banned Zhao Jing because he's a controversial blogger. It's just sick, man. How controversial could he be? You can't say dick about the Chinese government without getting tortured to death. Seriously. It's that sick out there. Have you seen what they've done to the Tibetan monks because they won't, abide by the communist doctrine? Why don't you just do a YouTube search, Do a YouTube search and, take a look at the Tibetan monks getting slaughtered and murdered. And let me tell you, Tibetan monks are peaceful people, all right? These aren't people that are going up taking up arms, for Christ's sake. These are just religious, peaceful people that don't want anything with anybody. But no, the Chinese government wants that land. They want you bow down to us. So, this is, it's disgusting, man. It's just really disgusting. As a matter of fact, now that I'm talking against the Chinese government, I have to bring in a Chinese government representative to give a rebuttal on everything that I've said here. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring in that communist representative, Mr. Fortune Cookie. Are you there, sir? Oh.
You see, you motherfucker out there talking all this government talking about the government of China. Let me tell you something, Ghost. You need to stop talking about the garbage in that way about the communist government. We're taking over this world, motherfucker. You talk a lot of garbage because we're sitting here trying to shut our people up. We don't want to become like the American people. Look at your country, motherfucker. Look at your country. Your country is fucked up. It's disgusting, motherfucker. And you know as well as I, you're going to sit here and try to talk garbage about the communist government in China. But the communist government in China is doing a better job than the American government over there where you live, you motherfucker. So all you American, pro-American, pro-Jasmine Revolution, motherfucker, you can stick a chopstick right up your asshole. Motherfucker. You sit here and talk garbage against communist government in China. Let me tell you, we investing in our defense. We buying more weapons, motherfucker. Did you know today we paid Boeing $12 million, something like that? We paid them $1 billion so that they can build us planes, motherfucker. Yeah? Why don't you look it up and Google it yourself, motherfucker? We building our military defenses, and there's nothing you can do about it. You better listen to that last caller. That last caller, right? We're going to go in there. We're going to invade your country, motherfucker. We're going to invade your country. Nothing you can do about it. We're going to get rid of the fork. We don't like forks. We're going to get rid of the fork. We're going to make you eat with chopstick, motherfucker. We're going to make you eat with chopstick. No fork. We're going to get rid of fork. We're going to throw the fork away with no forks anymore, motherfucker. We make American eat with chopstick like China. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. I am Mr. Fortune Cookie. Thank you very much. All right, get him off. Get him off. As you can see, that's the Communist government of China's response to this news that came out that Facebook canceled the account of a quote-unquote controversial blogger. And the reason they gave was because he was using a pseudonym, not his real name. I'm telling you, it's a disgrace, man. It's an utter disgrace. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about, starting my own social network, because I'm sick and tired of these social networks utilizing people as guinea pigs, some sort of like advertising hamster. And then, on top of gathering up all this information about these people and what they like to drink, what they like to do, what they like to listen to, where they like to go, what they like to do. What about a goddamn social network, of capitalists or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just talking off the head here. Anyway, I'm sick and tired of these goddamn, this Facebook. I'm sick of Facebook. I really am. I'm sick of Facebook. I am sick of Mark Zuckerberg. I'm sick of the excuses that they're giving us, by trying to, own our likeness. They're trying to own our blogs. They're trying to own all the content we're they think they own it, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let me take a drink of this damn beer here. Anyway, we're in the second hour already. Jesus Christ, already the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. We were just talking about the Chinese blogger out of China that's getting their Facebook account canceled because, quote-unquote, they were using a pseudonym. But you and I know that this is just a blatant form of merging of private enterprise with governments, and in this case, the Facebook, the private enterprise, and the government being the Communist government of China. And the Communist government of China basically put pressure on Facebook, and they canceled this idiot's account, man. I mean, it sucks. And he's supposed to be a controversial blogger. I mean, how is this private enterprise, for Christ's sake? Anyway, folks, I want to move on from there. I want to talk a little bit about this Egyptian situation because I think it's getting really, really screwed up. I mean, I know that there was a lot of people saying, oh, come on, Ghost, come on. Don't you like the fact that Egyptian people are standing up for their rights, Ghost? I mean, don't you like that? No, I don't, because there was no intellectual backbone backing up the whole concept of the Egyptian uprising. It was a bunch of damn Jehudis going out in the middle of the street, looting, rioting. I mean, poor Lara Logan, for Christ's sake, got, fondled and sexually assaulted by a gangload of Jehudis because, she was out there covering their goddamn little stupid pissant uprising. It had no intellectual foundation, folks. These were just a bunch of pissed-off imbeciles that are primitive. They are not intelligent. It's obvious they're not intelligent. If they had any type of intelligence, we would have seen some kind of intellectual get out and spread some propaganda. We would have seen a message. The only message that was out there in Egypt is, oh, we don't want the Mubarak. We don't want the Mubarak here. We think of Mubarak bad. We don't want to shut up. You don't know what you want. And now we have Christians and Muslims in Egypt
they're now clashing with each other, for Christ's sake. They're going at war. I mean, do we need this, for Christ's sake? We have a whole Arab uprising throughout the Middle East. Do we really need this type of infuriation of theocratic agitation? Do we really need Muslims and Christians, fighting each other in the midst of all this crap? It just infuriates this whole Islamic fundamentalist aspect that has and can take over this whole destabilization that we're seeing here in the Middle East. Yeah, you're damn right. A holy war. I don't like what is happening here with the skirmish that's happening with the Christians and the Muslims in Egypt. This is why I was saying, man, I think that this Egyptian situation was a disgrace. I mean, in the realm of revolutionary history, all right, the Egyptian revolution was a complete and utter joke. I mean, it was just an utter disgrace. That's why I don't give any credit to them. And, I know I got a lot of people in Egypt. They email me. Believe it or not, I got Egyptians, these damn Yehudis, emailing me up. Hey, fuck you, go to the moon. That's Egyptian, Mubarak, all this crap. Hey, tough titty, man. I mean, if there was any kind of legitimate intellectual foundation to your revolution, then I would be backing you up. I mean, look at my blogs, man. I mean, I am the one who promotes. As a matter of fact, I endorse, I champion the fact that I believe that the United States should clandestinely support the uprising in Iran. And it's a legitimate uprising, and it's a legitimate uprising based on capitalism, it's based on liberty. And if you don't believe me, look it up for yourself, man. There's intellectuals out there that don't want to live under this theocratic Islamic state, man. Why our government is not clandestinely helping the Iranian revolution right now is beyond me. Because if you look at it, the reason that Arabs are going to uprise and they want Islamic State, they want what Iran has. Iran is an Islamic state. That's why a lot of these Arabs, especially the ones in Pakistan right now, they're uprising. They want to overthrow their government and put in they want to put in some kind of theocratic nonsense. I mean, the bottom line is that Iran is a proven commodity, at least as far as the intellectual foundation of its revolution. It's a proven commodity that it doesn't want to live under theocratic rule any longer. It does not want to live under the Ayatollah. It doesn't want to do this crap any longer. So, lo and behold, this is what you got here. All right, I mean, we've got more attention, more media attention was paid to this ridiculous Egyptian revolution than was the uprising in Iran. I think it's a disgrace. As a matter of fact, like I've said time and time again, the government of Iran is trying to provoke an international crisis, an international incident, so that it can organize their people. That's a way to quash domestic unrest, and you've seen it time and time again throughout history. To quash domestic unrest is to cause a war, a conflict of international proportions so that it can organize the people to back up the reigning supreme authority. No BS, man. Anyway, I think that, this is not a good precedent here. Christians and Muslims fighting in Egypt, I don't think this spells for a good recipe for international order, if you will, I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869, area code 727. You're on the air.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I can tell you why nobody's going to touch Iran. The last thing these countries need, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Libya, the last thing they need is for their fundamentalist, theocratic, whatever, to have any fuel to get support of the locals in those countries. If Israel was to do anything to Iran right now, you got to remember all these Sunni countries were the ones who were supporting Israel, who were secretly saying, "Go bomb Iran. We'll turn our back. We'll turn our back." These Sunnis want to see Shiite Iran get the nukes, Israel to get rid of those nukes for them. Israel can't do that now because all these Sunni countries are weak. They're in the middle of turmoil. if Israel was to do anything, then these radicals in all these other countries that these Sunnis have had control over and under their thumb would gather public support, and it would create a situation where these countries could flip to become theocracies.
Wow, I mean, in my view, though, I look at it from the flip side that don't you think that the only Islamic state in modern time, which is the state of Iran, if it was to fold under the pressure of its own domestic unrest, which wants the domestic people in Iran want the complete opposite of what the Iranian government has been preaching and that they've been selling. They don't want any of it. In my view, I think that the the whole Arab community would look at that as a failure, that, theocracy doesn't work. I understand about what you're saying about Israel. We can't allow Israel to hit Iran, but what I am saying, though, is that the American government can clandestinely supply certain military ailments or armaments or training or anything to the Iranian resistance.
Oh, they absolutely could, but it's got to be covertly. It's got to be in the shadows. It can't be. For America or Israel to get involved or do anything right now with all these countries, going through what they're going through would be disastrous. I think. But no, you're right. They should have been. They're not supporting Iran at all. The
or at least our media. If we're not going to support the military, our media should be focusing a little bit more on Iran and giving and championing other Muslims that aren't extremists, championing them to be inspired to do and sacrifice much like what the young people in Iran are doing today. The young people today, they don't want this crap. And as a matter of fact, it's mostly the young people that are uprising because the majority of the population are young folks. And the reason they don't want to have anything to do with the Iranian authority is because they've lived through it. They've seen their fathers and uncles and mothers and all these people die with the Iran-Iraq war. With these ridiculous skirmishes that they've had with other areas in the region. Just these disgusting slaughterhouses in the name of a theocratic authority that's completely hypocritical. And the youth knows it. I was personally corresponding in 2009 with the revolution at that time until the Iranian authority cracked down and we lost connection with the Iranian resistance. But let me tell you, I believe, and I honestly believe, that the people in Iran want liberty, they want capitalism, and I think that they would show the Islamic world that, any kind of theocratic authority. One does not have to give up Islam to embrace liberty and embrace capitalism. But one has to understand that Islam cannot be the only sphere of consciousness one lives by in this reality. And I think that if we were to somehow, I don't know if there's any invisible hand that can do anything, but if we were to somehow allow the the Iranian resistance to defend itself instead of getting shot in the streets, instead of having their families tortured, if we gave them a chance by giving them some weapons or giving them some ideas to hit the Iranian government where it hurts, I think that we would see a definite change in the region, because what else would these damn Islamic fundamentalists fight for if their Islamic state is crumbled from its own domestic unrest?
I see what you're saying. I just don't know if there's enough people in these countries that want that really want a democracy, that really want capitalism, to ever be able to keep it, to implement it, to keep it. It's one thing to overturn and throw a ruler out in the capital city of one of these countries, but how do you ever spread freedom and democracy and capitalism to every village in Iran where they're still stoning people buried up to their heads?
Remember, it doesn't have to be democracy. I'm one who believes that capitalism can flourish even amidst authoritarianism, not totalitarianism. There's two differences there, right there. Authoritarianism means that the government, rules with a little bit of an iron fist, but one can still conduct themselves in some small or mid-sized form of capitalist endeavors. We're seeing that in China on a very, very small scale. But once again, I think that if some of these Islamic countries insist upon or some sort of authoritarian rule based upon the embracing of international capitalist models, I think that we would be a lot safer of a place. Now, why would I think they would embrace it? Because it's in their history. If we look back in their history, they were the ones that dealt with the Europeans when it came to the spices and the silks that came from India and China. That's why the whole concept or the name or the phrase middleman comes into play. They were the middleman because it was from the Middle East. They were the ones that basically got the goods from China and India first, sold it to the Europeans, and made a considerable profit. That's how a lot of the Middle East was based, that their economies were based on. So it's in their tradition, believe it or not, it's in their blood to be capitalist. The problem is that we've allowed, and when I say we, I'm talking about those in the international community of any type of legitimacy, have allowed these monarchs and these totalitarian regimes to rule with an iron fist and basically rob their populations of potential riches that they're seeing their royal families indulge in. I mean, if you're leaving out any room for any kind of potential in these countries, and I think that the lack of potential, the lack of opportunity, the lack of jobs, everything that you're seeing in these countries is finally coming back to haunt these people. Now, I think that America needs to make a political judgment call on how they're going to win the minds of people that are really destabilized in these countries. Not to mention are they destabilized, but they're not very smart. I mean, a lot of these people don't know how to read. A lot of these people are, they've been subjugated by their totalitarian rulers. And I think that if you show the people in a symbolic fashion that the Iranian people from within their own Islamic state conquers and just takes control of this ridiculous theocratic regime, that it would just completely delegitimize any kind of Islamic extremism. And in my view, I think that we would see not necessarily an embracement of democracy. I'm not promoting democracy here. I'm promoting capitalism. And what capitalism is that whatever governing body that is providing rule of law and civil order allows private enterprise or even enterprise from within their own domestic geopolitical area to invest and create opportunities, that's what I'm all for. And if there's a little authoritarianism in it, I don't like authoritarianism, but we all know that democracy sometimes doesn't work with less educated populaces. And it's obvious. I mean, look at how long it took America to finally prosper. It took us a long time, a lot of wars, a lot of bloodshed. And, at some point in time, we have to realize that not every country has the ability to go through that and to be able to continue to pull forth like we did. So you're right about democracy. I'm not. I like Francis Fukuyama's end of history thesis, but I don't think. Oh, you hung up, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so long-winded. But I do like the fact that we need to spread capitalism throughout the international community. And even if authoritarian regime takes control of a specific country, so as long as they have the ability to capitalize, so as long as they have the ability to work and gain from their labor, I think that at some point that authoritarian regime that's in power is going to incrementally loosen their stranglehold on society, because capitalism does that. It does that naturally. I mean, when people are making money, when people have jobs, they have opportunities, they have things to live for, they don't necessarily want to be ruled over like a goddamn stepchild any longer. And this is the maturity. I mean, capitalism allows a certain maturity to even authoritarian geopolitical areas. And that's why I am an avid promoter of capitalism, man. It's the true ultimate human motivator. And it's inspired the technological revolution. It's inspired the industrial revolution. It's inspired everything that we've seen today, the technological revolution. And I continue to say that capitalism should be embraced by everybody throughout the international community. And the only people that aren't going to embrace it are those that are, let's be honest, lazy bastards that don't want to work or don't want to think or don't want to make any kind of ambitious initiative so that they can make something of their lives, and they just want to, sit back and, do nothing. They want to do absolutely nothing all single day. I mean, and we see a lot of these people in Europe. We see a lot of these people in America because our governments have allowed us to do. They've conditioned us to do this. I mean, can you believe that America is actually wanting more and more government entitlements down their throat? They want more of this crap instead of individual responsibility. I mean, it's just disgusting, man. Somebody in the chat room saying Michael Moore doesn't think capitalism is good for America. Well, that's because, Michael Moore's the biggest hypocrite of all time. Yeah, he's against capitalism, and yet he's a millionaire. That's what I love about these stupid liberal wannabe commie bastards in America that claim to be, I'm anti-capitalist. And yet this idiot, holds stock in certain companies that he criticizes. This idiot, sit here and makes millions of dollars, putting these stupid little, let's be honest, a documentary doesn't take much to make, all right? It doesn't make much to me. And not only that, anybody who is a student of film would know that the first rule as a documentary maker is not to make yourself the subject of the documentary. I mean, if you're going to make yourself the subject of your own documentary, you're nothing more than the equivalent of a freaking game show host. I mean, you notice how most documentaries don't have some asshole there, like some fat ass asking all the questions, because you're not supposed to do that. A documentary maker is supposed to be somebody observing and allowing the organic nature of whatever he is documenting to transpire, But no, you got Michael Moore over here saying, capitalism is not good for America, and yet he's capitalizing like hell, like a fat... he's a fat bastard. I mean, how can you be a communist and be a fat jelly-ass bastard? I don't understand that crap. I mean, how can you sit here and say, I'm for the people, and you're a lard-ass? That means that you are just a glutton, man. You're just, I don't have anything against gluttons or lard-asses. Don't get me wrong. All right, I mean, if you're a glutton or lard-ass and you're a capitalist, that's what you're supposed to be. Who cares? I mean, you're supposed to be living life, baby. You know what I mean? Just as long as you're able to pay for your own way, you're supposed to be living life. But here you have a hypocrite, and this is why I hate freaking hypocrites, man. I hate them, And what makes me sick is that, you got this Michael Moore ass clown, and, somebody's saying that, his documentaries are the highest grossing ever. They're highest grossing based upon the propaganda that he's spewing. And, of course, there's a lot of gatekeepers in our media. And for all those folks that don't know what gatekeepers are, these are the people that basically make the judgment call on what makes the media and what doesn't. There's a lot of people in our media that are favorable to his garbage that he's propagandizing. Because that's all he is. He's a propagandist. He has no type of scholarly idealism backing up his garbage. All he is an agitator. That's it. And, he sit here and says, capitalism's bad and it sucks. And he even, in a recent statement, said that the money, that capital, isn't even the, like let's say my capital or your capital, Let's say let me put it in an easy way here. He actually believes that all American money is a resource of the public. Yeah, that it's a people's resource, that, everybody who's rich or anybody who's got any kind of capital in their bank accounts, that's not your money, and it's not fair that you have it. And, it's the people's money, yet this guy's sitting in probably some badass mansion somewhere. He's feeding this fat ass. I mean, look at how fat he is, for Christ's sake. I mean, can you get any more hypocritical of a liberal? I mean, aren't liberals supposed to be like, you're supposed to get fit. Yeah, we're going to tax you for soda. We're going to tax you. Yeah, we're going to put salt substitutes. Yeah, we're going to put sugar substitutes. You can't smoke. You can't do this. We're gonna high tax fatty foods. And here you got Michael Moore, supposed to be, the liberal of all liberals, fat in the ass. And you see, I hate hypocrites. God damn it, man. Jesus Christ, you don't understand. Every time I see this fat-ass Michael Moore, I just see that, another asshole that's unappreciative for his opportunities in this in capitalism. I mean, just some unappreciative idiot, man. It makes me sick, man. It just makes me sick to my stomach. And I mean, there's people actually feeding this asshole. Every time he takes trips to the goddamn hamburger and gets himself about a quadruple meat artery clogging cheeseburger. We're paying for it. I mean, people that go out and see this idiot's films are paying for it. Man, he's a piece of crap. He's a propagandist. He's a piece of goddamn crap. And for you people to sit here and take this man as any kind of legitimate source of information, to sit here and take this man as any kind of legitimate political, social thinker is ridiculous. Jesus Christ, now I got a mess in here again, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Piece of crap. It makes me sick, I'm sorry. I just hate hypocrites. That's it, I just hate them, man. It makes me sick. How are you going to sit here and be a leftist and say, capitalism is bad, it's not good, and you're a fat ass and you're a millionaire? All right? I mean, if you were really, concerned and you were, really anti-capitalist, why don't you give away your money there, Michael Moore? Huh? Why don't you give up your money there? Why don't you just give it all to the people and say, you know what, I'm Michael Moore. Why don't you just give out your movies for free? How about that? Just release them on the internet instead of releasing them in these theaters that we can charge. We're charged like $15 a pop. Excuse me. $15 a pop. I mean, just stupid, man. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get on this Michael Moore trip. It just makes me sick, man. These people out here that don't appreciate the life that we're living. We could be in the middle of this goddamn Middle Eastern turmoil, in the middle of these damn desert holes, not knowing if we have security. I appreciate the security that we have here in America, unlike you pricks. I appreciate the fact that, I can actually live in a badass town out here in Austin, Texas, and I can have a, condominium in the middle of the downtown area and know that all these assholes out here in Austin, Texas are going to go ape shit and start rioting in the streets and start, looting people's homes and businesses and raping people's daughters and what. I mean, I take comfort in that. You see, people like Michael Moore, people like all these, they don't take comfort in that. They don't take comfort in the opportunity that made him a millionaire, You see, this is what these ungrateful pieces of garbage, I mean, here's Michael Moore sitting over here saying, I'm a leftist and the money's not the people. And lo and behold, what is he? He's a millionaire off of doing what? Practicing capitalism. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade on that fat-ass Michael Moore, but I hate that piece of crap, and you can tell him I said that, all right? That piece of garbage. I would bitch slap him if I saw him in any kind of goddamn arena. He better hope that Sirius Radio doesn't come knocking on my door, or one of these big media outlets, and I become some legitimate name, and we're in the same room, because I would legitimately get up and give him the biggest bitch slap his fat jelly ass has ever seen in his goddamn life. Anyway, that's enough. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We were talking about how Christians and Muslims are now clashing in the capital of Egypt, and once again, this kind of goes to the concept of why I was saying that this Egyptian revolution is not going to be a positive one for the international community. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We got Gladys. Are you there?
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling at the zoo.
Shut up, you stupid moron. You see, I mean, once again, we've got assholes who call up and play clips. I mean, this is how our America's turning out to be. We're just a bunch of no personality having losers. And once again, I know I alluded to this yesterday. But inevitably, what I'm saying is that all the drugs that these kids have been exposed to, the Ritalins, the lithiums, the Zolofts, everything. I mean, I think that this has affected the youth of today. That's why we're seeing them in such a lack of critical thinking, lack of cognitive understanding or interpretation type of mental capacity, because of all the side effects from these goddamn mental drugs. And why were these kids put on these mental drugs? Why were they put on Ritalin and all? Because their goddamn parents didn't want to deal with them, let's be honest, all right? I mean, that's what makes me sick. Then we got these pseudoscientists sitting over here dishing out the medication to these poor kids. And what, I mean, the parents are going to be like, hey, wait a minute, whoa, what exactly are you giving to my kid? You know, but no, absolutely not, you know? I mean, they just give it to him and, oh, look at him, honey. He's pretty docile now. He's not doing anything. Here, keep taking the Ritalin. Give him a double dose. Screw you. Anyway, let me take it. As a matter of fact, I mean, that's why I'm saying, if any damn pseudoscientist says, you're depressed, or, you need some mental medication, you know, why don't you just start drinking, you know? I mean, you might as well just start drinking. I mean, all the side effects and the mental side effects, and I mean, you might as well start drinking, man. I mean, you could drink yourself, I mean, we've seen it throughout the years, 30 or 40 years into a bottle of booze, and you can still live to be an old fart. I mean, let's be honest, all right? And not only that, drinking is what I like to do. Here, let me take a chug. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I have actually got an interview this next Spring Break Friday. I'm very excited. As a matter of fact, I'm going to announce it right now. I've been working out, trying to get some interviews with some people. A lot of people are a little afraid to come onto the broadcast for some reason. I don't know. A lot of people are like, I don't know. It's just you know, But I actually got one of the quintessential badasses of badasses. Now, before I mention it, I actually have a clip of, one of his infamous viral videos that have gone around the internet for the past, 5 or 6 years or something, and it's on the website, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. You go down to the bottom of the page, and you're going to see this individual in action being the quintessential badass. The quintessential badass that men should be. You know, I know that most males nowadays, they kind of, sit there with the feminine physical attributes and the feminine vernacular, and they embrace this crap, you know. They embrace it like, I'm just thinking, and chicks like, guys that are sensitive, and they like when I talk like this, and they like my emo haircut. And they like, shut up! I mean, in this day and age, we can't find any more males, any more males out here that are acting like some, men anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, folks, if you haven't looked at the video, all right? If you haven't looked at the video, I have actually got booked, and it's a certain day. It's for sure. It's absolutely for sure. All right? Mike Vallely. All right? Now, I don't want to mispronounce his name because he'd probably, want to, throw some damn fisticuffs. But for those of you folks that don't know who Mike Vallely is, this is a guy who definitely kicks some ass. He's an old skater who skated with Tony Hawk when Tony Hawk was a damn kid with braces. He's a guy who, skateboarded when Paul Peralta was, still a kick-ass name out here in skateboarding, even though, it's kind of classic. Anyway, if you don't know who he is, I've got a clip of, some of his extracurricular activities on my website, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. If you scroll down to the bottom there's a video that shows this guy, showing off how much of a quintessential badass this guy is. And for those of you that don't know him, you need to get to know him. All right. I mean, I am a admirer of this guy. I was the one that initiated the interview. I wanted to interview this guy because he's a badass. My son used to, follow him through these little Thrasher magazines, and it just goes back in time. I mean, this guy's old school. And I'm proud to announce that next Friday, the Friday of the 18th, the Friday of the 18th, we're going to be interviewing this guy. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, this is a badass guy here, man. And he's got so many projects. We're going to talk about everything that he's into. I mean, this guy's a badass skater. This guy's a badass. He's a musician. He's an actor. He's somebody who does charity. I mean, I can go on and on about this guy. All right. I can go on and on about this guy, but let me tell you, I want you to spread the word that Mike Vallely is going to be here Friday the 18th, all right, March 18th. Put that on your calendars and spread it around like wildfire because it's about time that we interview some badasses out here. I'm sick and tired of all these little fruit bowls calling up acting like little, oh my God, Ghost. I mean, I just disagree with you. I mean, sounding like pussy-whipped, feminized, vernacular-ridden pieces of garbage. We got Mike Vallely, or Mike V, better known as Mike V. Let me tell you something. This guy right here is going to, provide us what he's been up to. I'm definitely going to be drinking. Hopefully you're going to be drinking because it's going to be on Baller Friday, spring break. And I know that, I can already see in the chat room there's a lot of kids out here who know who he is, and they're going to go out there, they're going to spread it around, man. All right? Spread it around like wildfire, baby. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Mike Vallely, he's going to be in the house. And for all those folks who don't know, I mean, just look him up, for Christ's sake, all right? This is a badass. This is an old school, he's an old school skater. He's an actor. He acts. I mean, he's just a badass, man. Quintessential badass, all right? So if you're listening, please spread it around. March 18th, Mike Vallely, excuse me, I don't want to mispronounce his name. This guy's start kicking some ass out here. Mike Vallely, all right? He's going to be here for an interview, and I think it's going to kick some ass, man. I mean, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, we're going to start playing some of his music here in the next couple of minutes so we can, help everybody, get exposed to, some of his music endeavors. He's been in a bunch of movies. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I'm going to take some callers here. 111, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? It's Strope.
Hey, what's going on, Strope? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm just on my way home from work tonight. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to Mike V going on the show. I'm definitely going to buy a fifth of Jägermeister to witness that one.
Hell yeah, man. You know who Mike V is, right? There's some people that are like, I don't know who he is. You know who Mike V is, right?
Yeah, I did a bit of skateboarding back in my day, and I've heard of him and seen a couple of his videos and whatnot. He's definitely a pretty cool guy.
And not only that, he's a big supporter of the youth, man. I mean, this guy, if you look into his background, this guy supports, kids out there. Instead of getting in these ridiculous gangs and this ridiculous horse crap that we see out here that people are getting into, he's out here supporting, he's supporting skate parks. He's supporting skate programs. He's an all-around good guy and a badass. So it's definitely going to be an interesting interview, man. I look forward to having him here on the 18th, man.
Yeah, man, hopefully he'll put some good sense into some people because I feel like one of the main things with today's youth is people like to be considered like rebels, and whatnot, and they're getting all this information from MTV and saying that capitalism is bad, that, the government's robbing you and whatnot. I just hope that maybe a guy like him would be able to turn the youth around and make them realize that, capitalism is the way to go, and, having love.
I hear you, man. I hear you, Strope, and it is the way to go, man. I mean, it's the way to prosper. It's the way to get what you put in. It's no fair when people are mentally superior or, creatively superior, or they can innovate things and they don't get paid for it, man. There's no incentive to progress humankind if people aren't going to get compensated for what they have put in or their contribution to the progress of humankind. So you're exactly right, man. As a matter of fact, I wanted to make a comment on one of the damn pedo hunting videos that are on YouTube that you posted. Classic, man. Freaking classic.
Oh yeah, we do them quite often, and we've actually been doing it so much that we catch a few repeat offenders, and we're actually trying to work on something more tactical, where we actually try to go as far as to find out their actual names and notify their jobs, families about what's going on and what they do.
Let me tell you something. If you get one of those pedos, and it not only will air because you have to have conclusive evidence to have a pedo basically saying, hey, I'm looking for a 14 or 15-year-old. If you find out their information, we'll call them right here. I'll put you on the horn. I'll put anybody else on the horn. We'll give them a call, and we'll see what the hell they have to say about their despicable, disgusting behavior. Because that's one thing we need to curb, for Christ's sake. We need to curb all these disgusting pervs out here that are out there utilizing the internet as a way to prey on innocent children that have neglectful parents. Because let's be honest with you, the reason that young girls, young boys are going to be on the internet and be exposed to these types of chat predators is because the parents don't care. The parents are dumping them off there and saying, all right, I'm out of here, see ya. And this is why they're exposed to this type of crap, and it's disgusting, man, and I think that you're doing a service, for Christ's sake. And I hope that there's some kind of mainstream media that highlights the fact that pedos, they think that they're safe out here now that Chris Hansen got taken off the air because he found that district attorney, pedophiling around. But it's good to know that you guys are out there kicking some ass, and I'm a big supporter of the BWC, man, and a big supporter of Strope, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I could definitely arrange some of this stuff, some of these calls on your show if you like sometime next week, perhaps. But
hell yeah, are you kidding me? Hell yeah.
Hey, listen, Ghost, I got to run real quick. I'll catch you tomorrow night or something, all right?
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in, Strope, and, keep lolling, man.
All right. Whoop, whoop.
Later, man. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Let's take some more callers. 000, you're on the air.
Yeah, I work at Walmart. Bread makes me poop. Yay!
Stupid idiot trying to make fun of retarded people. Even though retarded people are the sweetest people on the planet, all right? I mean, the world would be a better place if there was more retarded people instead of, regular, lack of motivated, waste of human life that complain every single day about nothing. I mean, like I said, I employ a mentally handicapped person, a retard person, and let me tell you, this retard loves his job, man. I mean, oh my God. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's getting entitlements, and I mean, that's where entitlements should go, That's where entitlements should go. There should go to, suffice this poor retard, with a decent living, man. Or somebody who's really, dramatically disabled that doesn't have arms or legs. I mean, of course, that's where disability should be going, but it's not going there. You know where it's going? It's going to people that are claiming disability for fibromyalgia or bipolar disorder. Believe it or not, you can actually get disability for bipolar disorder, which is utterly ridiculous. I mean, in these pseudo, psychological ailments, for Christ's sake. But let me go ahead and stop going into somewhere else. What I'm saying is, for you people calling up and talking garbage and acting like retards, I don't appreciate it. I don't think that it's funny that you people are acting like retarded people. I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's a disgrace. And I think that you're taking advantage of a sweet, innocent person, man. I like retards. I mean, like I said, I hired one. He cleans the crap, the public bathrooms. And if you happen to have a brick-mortar business, folks, anywhere in the public, you know what I'm talking about. these idiots come into your damn public bathroom, and I don't know whether this is a new fad or they just want to leave their mark or whatever the case might be, but they literally just, take a crap everywhere else except for the toilet. They smear it all over the walls. They just do the most disgusting, despicable things in public bathrooms. And here this retard, he's cleaning it up, and he loves it, man. Are you kidding me? He loves it. He thinks it's the greatest job of all time. I mean, every time he comes in, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I mean, he's a great personality, man. I mean, I can just sense his innocence, man. The aura of his innocence, is captivated by me, man. And every time I meet a retard, every time I see a retard, I just feel their innocent aura, man. It's a shame that people sit here and talk garbage. You know what I mean? Give me a break. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks. I want to hear from you. Please, if you're going to call, don't act like some damn tard or something. I mean, if you're going to try to prank call me, the least you can do is get some lols from it, please. I mean, seriously. I mean, can we please? Anyway, area code 408, you're on the air.
It's Poppin' Ghost. It's Goofy Bone.
Hey, it's Goofy Bone in the house, man. What's going on, man?
Man, I'm just listening to this abuse that they keep. You know what, man, Ghost? These people are idiots. And when the shit hits the fan, and when the capitalist people like us have all the money, and these people have nothing, no entitlements, no nothing. They're going to be the leftover cockroaches on each fucking corner asking for quarters. And I'm going to tell you.
You're damn right. I mean, and you're damn right. They're going to be asking for change and be like, "Man, come on, baby, my kids. You're goddamn right, Goofy Bone."
And you know, Ghost, I'm over here in Denver. I just sealed my deal. I sold my 7th place, and now I'm heading back home with a check that's $4,272,000.
Damn.
$1,000. You know what? I told my mom, because my mom's used to me bringing in drug money, so she knew the money was fake. But now I brought in some real serious cash. She's so proud of me, Ghost.
You're damn right.
And I'm proud of myself, too. And I also want to give a shout-out to Susanna, a beautiful, beautiful woman I met at the Giggly Grizzly in downtown Denver, Colorado. She was wonderful. I didn't pull with Charlie Sheen, but I did take her to my room and happen to say I'm an out-of-towner. This is my last night. And most people...
yeah, that always works, doesn't it? I mean, because let me tell you something. Women are as big of sexual deviants as men can be sometimes. Let me tell you something. I'm in hotels. Let me tell you a story, man. I'm in a hotel, right? And I'm in there for business. I'm just, in the city so that I can, take a look at some of my business investments. I'm staying at the Embassy Suites, which is my favorite hotel, by the way. I like staying at the Embassy Suites. It's great. They got a reception, believe it or not. They got a reception hour from, I guess, I think it's like 6. It depends on what hotel you go to, but it's usually from like 5 to 7, I believe. All you can drink as long as you're a guest at the hotel. I love the damn Embassy Suites. I should get a discount for that. But let me tell you, I'm sitting there, having beers. As a matter of fact, I'm going to crack one open right now.
Yeah, cheers to you, Ghost. Cheers.
Yeah, man, cheers. I'm sitting there drinking beers, and I'm just trying to have enough beer so I can pass out, go to sleep, and head home the next morning. And lo and behold, what happens? I got like 2 or 3 bimbos coming up to me, and there I am. I'm just having a beer, and I guess they could smell the money. They could just smell what's going on. I guess they figure, hey, you're in Embassy Suites, you're taking part of the reception. Whatever, and let me tell you, I could not do anything because I'm faithful to my wife. I don't do anything. But I mean, it makes me sick that these women nowadays are just so sexually aggressive. Because these women literally just wanted to bang. I mean, they were staying at the hotel. They said, "Hey, I'm here on this," and they were trying to talk and saying, "Here, I'm at room this and this. Why don't you come by at about 9 or 10 this evening?" And, I mean, what's up with these bimbos, Goofy Bone? I know you're a single fella. I know you're out there playing the field. I mean, what the hell is up with these bimbos?
The terrible thing is when you're a good-looking guy. I mean, it's the power's in your hand, and believe me, it's in my hand. I told this bimbo, like, oh, I came up here because my best friend Johnson died, and she didn't understand. I'm saying my best friend Johnson is moving my dick. So I'm here telling her, selling her a dream. And in the end of the night, oh, this is my last night. I'm glad I met an angel. And then right there, let's end the night. Let's end the night. So we ended it. And old Goofy Bone fashion, Goofy by day and Bone at night. I had to bone this bimbo, and then I kicked her out at 6:55 this morning, and told her, oh, my plane is at 8:20. I'm running late. You got to go. Well, really, my plane is tonight. So I really don't give a shit.
Oh, that's funny, man. So hey, what are you gonna do with the profits that you made from the real estate investment, man? You gonna go back in the market? You gonna open up a business, or what are you gonna do?
Well, this is why I was calling you, Ghost. Last night, after boning the shit out of this broad, I was smoking in the bathroom. A thought came to me because since I support independent artists and I do a lot of what's clothing line and stuff like that, I was wondering, how do I open up a business, Ghost?
Well, it depends on what do you want to open. You want to open up like a record company? You want to open up a what do you want to open up?
Like a little mom and pop record store that sells clothes and CDs too and DVDs and whatnot. Like a little shop or something.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, the thing you'd want to do is be able to get enough foot traffic, because the thing about brick mortar businesses is that the foot traffic is where it's at. So any kind of mall or any kind of shopping center that has just foot traffic walking around would be a decent way to go. But at the same time, those rents on those leases are a little
terrible.
high.
Oh, they're terrible.
But at the same time, though, you have to have a gimmick. You have to have a product that is unlike other stores within the region. You got to have promotions. You have a lot of things, man. And I think that you should be all right. I mean, hip hop stores, believe it or not, are not doing tremendously bad. I mean, you look at all the hip hop stores that are every mall or every shopping center I go to throughout Texas has at least 2 or 3 of them. So you also want to look at competition too. If there's anything else, you want to make sure that competition is scarce, because whenever you move into a market to build a business, you want to make sure that the market is very slim. I mean, it's one thing to have one competitor. One competitor is okay. 2 or 3 competitors, it starts getting a little crowded and the market share starts getting thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, that was one thing, because what I do is I plan to put some away, and I'm talking about $100K away, and not even touch it, just leave it alone. Throw it in a bank. Hopefully it gains interest. And another, I was going to put it back in the stock market because, listening to you, Ghost, I'm going to go for Coke. I started hating on Coke. I was like, Ghost, I don't know about Coke, but once I seen it rise, I'm like, wow.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it's made me some serious money, man. Coke has made me some serious money here. I mean, let me tell you, let me look at what I'm doing here, my portfolio here. And this is just the portfolio. I got several portfolios, but this one I'm doing, for the sake of the show here, and I'm actually buying these things. Here, Coke, when we set a buy on that 53.16 on February 4th, man, it's now 59.46 today. I mean, that's 11.85%, man. I mean, on increase, and that's just in a couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, I should say.
That's through Black History Month. Remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, the thing about the stock market, man, is that you just have to go where the money's going to be at. And how do you know where the money's going to be at? Well, you have to speculate based on a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Research. You got to do research.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got see these idiotic people out here. The funny thing is that my friends, they always, because I'm a gangster, Ghost. I'm out there shooting people. Fucking brides are saying, my kids, I gotta go check on my kid real quick. And they're tripping out because they're like, what are you doing listening to this fucking guy? This guy, because a lot of people compare you to like CNN announcers and all that stuff, but they call you the reality of the CNN people because you shoot it. you shoot it straight, Ghost, and I mean, you don't miss. And they're like, oh, why you listening to this guy? And then I'm like, watch, listen. And I started writing the shit down, Ghost. And then I started buying in, and I started showing them, look what he's doing. This guy's giving away $1 million worth of free information on a 3-hour show Monday through Friday. Are you serious? God bless the Ghost. That's all I got.
Man, I appreciate it, man. And hey, if you're profiting, man, I mean, keep profiting. Don't stop. I mean, don't stop until you're Warren Buffett style. That's what I say. I mean, it's easy to do. That's what really causes people to go on the downslide once they hit a certain amount of money. What makes people stop is, I'm a little comfortable here. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of kick back. Don't do it. You can still live lavish. You can still live lavish while working, man. I mean, you have to understand. Yeah, I mean, you can take private Learjets to your destinations that you have to be, and believe me, you can write it off on a corporation if you happen to form a business under a corporation. Of course,
another thing, since you're talking about that, how do I form like a corporation like that? What do I do? Go to the bank and tell them?
Well, no. You're going to have to go to an attorney. Once again, attorneys. Go to a business attorney, and it should cost you, I don't know, maybe $1,000 or something. They will issue out. Well, first of all, they'll get the corporation name. They'll file with the Attorney General in your state, and make sure that you get a corporate name. Now, you also might want to get a tax person on top of an attorney because you're going to have to file with the IRS as a corporation, and there's a whole bunch of things to do about it. That's why you should just get an attorney. The attorney will figure all that out. It may cost you a little bit, but in the end, once you have your corporate DBA, once you have the corporation set, you go to the bank and say, all right, I've got a corporation and I've got about $50,000. I'm going to open up an account at this bank, and I'm going to put $50,000 in my corporate account. And once I do that, that's when banks will start talking to your ass. Financial institutions will start talking to your ass. That's when you can start getting loans from creditors and people that are looking to lend money.
Okay.
And go ahead.
And what kind of bank should I shoot for? Like a Bank of America? Or like a just a regular bank, like a Chase, maybe Chase Manhattan.
Chase Manhattan, Bank of America. Any bank really is pretty good. I mean, to be honest with you,
just one that has a backup, right? A backup.
Well, make sure that the bank works with you because you are bringing $50,000 or $30,000 or whatever you're bringing into capital, and at the same time, you may use them as potential loans and use the $50,000 as leverage against those loans. Man, when you're a corporation, you get a lot of leverage going on here, man. I love being a corporation because once you make profits, this is what happens when you're a corporation. When you make profits, and let's say the corporation becomes its own entity. You personally, Goofy Bone, you're not going to make the profits. It's the corporation that's making the profits, okay?
Yeah.
Now, what you do with the corporation's profits is give you a salary, which is, not something that's going to raise red flags with the IRS, but at the same time, enough to be able to suffice whatever it is that you do for the corporation. If you're the CEO, if you're the president, if you're somebody that actually is conducting the business of the corporation, well, you deserve a decent amount of money.
And
on top of which, if your corporation, of course, and if your corporation does business outside of your corporation's headquarters, well, then you have to travel, and that traveling can be written off by the corporation. So, if your corporation's making a pretty good amount of profit, it's not that bad to go out and take a corporate Learjet, or it's not that bad to go out and travel first class, because you have to go. You're conducting business, but make sure to have everything on record, man. Everything you do, put it on record. Make sure to have one of these goddamn good smartphones so that you can keep track of every meeting, every transaction, everything. because in the end, that's what's going to keep you, kosher with the IRS, and inevitably allow you to continue to live a lavish life on the corporation on top of giving yourself an independent income.
Yeah, I've already had my troubles with the IRS, so now I'm starting to keep receipts, documents of every little itty-bitty thing I do, because at one time, Ghost, I'm in California, San Jose, so I had a $685,000 house. 3-bedroom, not that big, but, good enough. IRS came and looked at me. I haven't worked in 6 years. You're supposedly claiming you're an independent rapper selling all these CDs to live in this house. This is not making any sense. So, they audited me. They took my things away, and I had to start all over brand new. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm on the rebounding, and God is good. Look what God blessed me with, this past week. So it's like, now it's my chance to actually start capitalizing, start putting my money into play, start putting my money into equities and things that'll double up. Start listening to the Ghost. The Ghost always has great information. To all these stupid people that crank call, that play these stupid games, these communism. You guys don't even know what communism is. You guys don't even know. Do your research before you start claiming something, for real. Because take it from me, from a gang member, I shoot people that don't even know what they're gang banging about. Trust me. Learn what you're doing. For real.
And not to mention that these people just don't appreciate the fact that, I'm shooting pearls here.
Shooting pearls. And you know what, Ghost? You're shooting $1 million cars. That's what you're shooting. And I'm telling you, Ghost, you are doing what people should be listening to on CNN and all these news channels. Not fucking Greta Van, whatever the hell her name is, and all these other Rachel Maddow and all these dumb, idiotic women that don't know what the hell that they're reporting about. And
they don't know what the hell they're reporting about. You're damn right.
You tell us the situations that are going on throughout the world. Then you're telling us this is what's affecting the stock market, and this is what the stocks are going. So you're telling us every single piece of the puzzle, Ghost. And I thank God for you, sir. And I swear, one day I want to meet you, and I'm serious. I'm going to hang a picture of your symbol in the studio one day. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you on email. But these people don't know, Ghost. And I thank God that you shoot me pearls. Cause believe me, my pearls are turning into dollars and capital, and I'm gaining. And now I can sit back, get drunk, and be a real Mexican and drink a Corona. So cheers.
Hell yeah, man.
Cheers.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, Goofy Bone, man, I really appreciate it, man. You always, give me some inspiration to keep going. Because let me tell you, it's really easy to capitalize out here. There should be no reason why people are po in America. And you're a good attest to that. And I'm glad you're capitalizing, man. I'm glad you're making some serious money. Just keep going, keep capitalizing, keep doing it, man.
Thanks, Ghost. Just leave me on the line. I'm just hanging out, getting drunk, smoking weed, and just relaxing, Ghost, with a check that needs to be cashed. That's all I got to say.
Hey, man, thanks for calling, man.
All right, much love, Ghost.
All right, man, take it easy. That was a little bit of Goofy Bone there, folks, who's been, believe it or not, he's been capitalizing off the True Capitalist radio broadcast. He's been listening to yours truly. He's been out there doing what it has to do to be a capitalist, and look at him. He's making money. Everybody out here that's flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking all this garbage at me, you people are just, for lack of a better term, losers, You're just mad because you're the losers of the capitalist system. And look, you don't have to be losers forever, man. You know what I'm talking about? You just have to get the initiative and the ambition to go out and become a capitalist and make some capital. It's that simple. It really is that simple, for heaven's sake, all right? Anyway, folks, I'm going to take a quick break, folks. I'll be right back. Right now, what I'm going to do, all right, what I'm going to do here is, what do we got here? I'm going to play, what do we got here? One of these songs. Here we go.
listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
All right, I'm back because, once again, I'm reading the chat room, and I got, the Poor People's Campaign out of Chicago calling me up saying my rich ass is going down. And I've got a lot of communists in here, and I just don't understand why y'all got to be communists for. Hey, Poor People's Campaign, man, why don't you give me a call? We'll talk about it, all right? There's no reason to get all upset, man, all right? There's no reason to get all upset. I mean, why don't you become a capitalist? I mean, I know that you're part of the Poor People's Campaign out of Chicago, but why don't you stop being poor? Why don't you, save a little bit of your capital, parlay it, flip it, and make some cash, man? I mean, why you got to sit here and, bitch at people like me that are living lavish, baby? I mean, give me a break. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, since Poor People's Campaign is in here, Jerry, which I appreciate you listening, man, no BS. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and have a shot of some, let me see, I got Macallan, I got some Blue Label. Let's go ahead and get some Blue Label here, all right? Hey, this is for the Poor People's Campaign here. Let me go ahead and pour a shot of some of this great $350 bottle of scotch, baby. Woo! Here, listen to it as it goes in. Let's listen to this. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's some goddamn Johnny Walker Blue if I ever seen it, man. Oh man, and hey, Poor People's Campaign here. Look, let me see. This is a $350 bottle. This is like one of these big hefty shots. So this shot right here is probably worth more than the amount of money that it takes to feed your family for a night. Cheers, everybody! Cheers, everybody! Cheers! Oh yeah! Woo! I love that blue, baby. Johnny Walker Blue. I love it. Oh man. Not to mention I'm drinking beer here, too. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, we got 52 minutes left in the broadcast. I want to take some more callers. I didn't leave that song on for too long because, be honest with you, I just had to take a lead to whiz, But anyway, let me go ahead and have some callers call in. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. 760, you're on the air.
Hi, Ghost. It's the tech guy. How's it going?
Hey, it's the tech guy in the house, man. What's going on?
Pretty good, man. I heard your call with Strope.
Yeah, what's going on?
I love Strope. He's a great guy. I was hanging out in the BWC yesterday, and I actually got a pedophile number if you want to call it. I heard you say that.
Yeah, well, before I call it, I would want some public YouTube videos for legal purposes to prove that this asshole was some kind of a pedophile and that sort of thing. So, you know how people are, look at this one asshole that, caused Chris Hansen to go off the air. It was some DA out here in Texas or something got caught with his hand in the pedo jar, and, he shot himself. And now his family's suing Chris Hansen because, he shot himself. The pedophile shot himself. What's that?
That Dateline NBC was an awesome show to watch. I mean, it was great entertainment.
Straight up, man, it was great. And not only that, it was providing a service for America out here. It was getting these damn pedos off the street and keeping them on their toes without them thinking that they could just go out and become some goddamn sick bastard and, fondle some, pre-teenage children because no one's watching or no one's looking after. Well, they're looking after, all right? And, the BWC, you guys, you know what's going on.
Thanks.
Hello?
Oh, thanks, Ghost. Yeah.
Oh, no problem, man.
Can you put me on? I don't think I have much else to say. if you want to put me on mute.
No problem. Hey, no problem, Tech Guy. We'll keep you on hold. I want to thank you for calling, man, and thank you for listening. Thanks for your videos as well, man. You be cool, all right?
Thanks for doing the show. I enjoy it.
No problem, man. Thank you. All right, and keep listening, man. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. 111, you're on the air.
Gus, baby buzz. Gus, I miss you, Gus. Gus, I love you. Gus.
This guy again.
Gus.
Give me a goddamn piece of crap. I mean, I'm shooting pearls here, for Christ's sake. I'm shooting pearls. And this is the kind of crap I get. I got internet butt stalkers, for Christ's sake. Internet butt stalkers, for Christ's sake.
Anyway, Jesus Christ, let me take a chug of this beer. I don't know. Every day. It's every day. I mean, people in the chat. It's every day. God damn it. Every goddamn day. Every day. Piece of crap. Freaking mess. There's mess everywhere, for Christ's sake. I mean, look at it. I hope you're happy, all right? I hope you people are happy. Now I got to recall that Mexican Consuelo-looking broad to come in here and clean up all this crap, all this that's everywhere all over my office, for Christ's sake. And let me tell you something. I try to have a good office, all right? I try to have one of those Gordon Gekko offices. You know, as a matter of fact, past Friday, I bought a whole bunch of artwork. It's posted on the walls, for Christ's sake, all right? I mean, give me a break. You know, for you idiots to sit here and talk all this garbage about me makes me sick. You know what I'm talking about? I'm shooting pearls. I'm giving you stock picks. I'm giving you insight on business. I'm telling you how to capitalize on yourself. I'm telling you how to work the financial system. And this is a goddamn place I get for Christ's sake. It's crap, man. It's crap. You know, I'm not going to calm down. I'm not going to calm down. I mean, nobody appreciates the goddamn business. God damn it. Nobody appreciates a goddamn thing out there. I'm shooting pearls here. I'm shooting pearls. Great thing. Damn it. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know. Where the hell is my mic, for Christ's sake? I can't find my mic. Where the hell's the damn mic? Jesus Christ. I can't find the damn mic. Crap. Jesus Christ, for Christ's sake, man. I don't know how many beer cans are there. There's not that many. There's only about 3 or 4. But I mean, there's a lot of other crap. I just messed up the whole place. You know, I mean, just see this guy. Damn it! Sounded like. It's not beer. It's not just beer cans, for Christ's sake. It's a bunch of crap. I got a lot of paperwork. I got a lot of crap here. I mean, I got all these freaking papers, for Christ's sake. This crap out of here. Jesus Christ, I got a mess up in here, for Christ's sake. I can't even go to break, man. I can't even. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I'm sorry, folks. I know that, I know y'all can hear me here, but I've lost the mic. Jeez. I'm looking for it. I can see people are hearing me. I can see people that are in the chat room here, but just bear with me, all right? I mean, it's a rough day. I'm sorry, all right? All right, am I near it? Am I real here? Am I warmer? Here, let me take a drink of this beer. Since I've already had a mess in here, I might as well just go ahead and just start throwing these cans everywhere. Ah, Jesus Christ. Crap. Oh, I got it. All right, here it is. All right, here it is. Finally, Jesus Christ. Found the microphone. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just a little upset here. I'm just a little upset at the fact that, I'm not far. I'm right here. I got the goddamn mic, all right? Anyway, for all you folks that are sitting here talking garbage, hey, I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry that, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm a little inebriated here. I should not have taken that shot. As a matter of fact, I haven't eaten anything today. And you know what they say about eating and, going and drinking. I mean, you should eat before you drink. But I didn't take that advice. And, I'm just kind of a little inebriated at this one time. I've actually got people in the chat room encouraging me to take another shot. Can you believe this? I've actually got people encouraging me to take another shot. I mean, what are you trying to challenge me? Huh? You think I'm some sort of a chump? Is that it? You think I'm some sort of some kind of a goddamn chump? You think I'm some kind of a chump here? You think, God damn it. You think I'm some kind of a chump? Huh? Here, let me go ahead and let's do this, all right? All right, let me go ahead. You idiots did this. It's you. You're doing this to me. You're doing it. Not me. You're doing it. All right, let's go ahead and take one more shot because these idiots are calling me out, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate people calling me out when it comes to drinking. I don't appreciate it. So let me go ahead and take another damn shot here. Oh, yeah. Woo! Hey, man, where's the Poor People's Campaign? I wanted to hear them again. This shot would be 30 plus 30. This would be a $60 right now. $60 I'm shooting right now. I'm serious, $60. Go to your nearest bar. The average shot for a Johnny Walker Blue bottle is like $30, man. A Poor People's Campaign. While you sitting over there saying, yeah, baby, my kids, baby. Your rich ass going down, baby, because my kids can't eat. My kids is hungry, baby. My kids is hungry. My kids. I am shooting Johnny Walker Blue Label. Lo and behold. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. Chugging. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Let's take some calls, shall we? 111, you're on the air.
Ghost?
Yeah, what's going on?
This is Consuela. Am I calling the right number? I am coming to clean tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? You got a lot of crap. You got a lot of crap to clean there, you Mexican bimbo. You going to be able to clean it, huh?
I was listening to your show, and I don't know, Goofy Bone, he bored me very much, but I am worried. I come and clean. I bring Pedro. You
bring Pedro up in here? You know what? Hold on. Stay on the hold there, Consuela Tamale Broad. Let me tell you something right now. I don't bring Pedro. All right, the last thing I need is some goddamn cholo with the damn top button, button on his shirt and every other button not button, with a slick back hair and the Lokes glasses, and I don't want that crap. All right, I mean, it's bad enough that I've got Paco over here, who happens to be an acquaintance of mine that I've got to put up with. I mean, it's bad enough that I got to put up with Paco. Now you're sitting over here sending over a Pedro. Are you kidding me?
Pedro is my husband. Ghost, you know this.
No, are you kidding me? The Consuela I know is some fat, disgusting whore bag that's got about 3 or 4 daughters that's living with her with about 4 or 5 kids apiece. All right, there ain't no man coming on. I mean, get this bitch. Get her off. It ain't Consuela. Get her off. 111, you're on the air.
Yes, Gus, why are you mad, baby buzz? Gus, I miss you. Gus, why are you mad?
Just shut him up. Shut him up and get him off. Jesus Christ. 760, you're on the air.
Is that me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had you on mute. My bad. This is the tech guy. Sorry, tech guy. We'll put you back on mute, my man. 715, you're on the air. What's your excuse? See some fat ass hogging on the damn phone like we're supposed to care, Anyway, give me a break, folks. Sitting here shooting pearls over here, you people ain't even caring, all right? You people aren't even caring. Anyway, let me go on to another subject matter. It is International Women's Day. For all those people that, care, yeah, International Women's Day. Now, what exactly is that supposed to mean? I have no freaking idea. Can somebody explain to me what International Women's Day is supposed to represent? Oh, we got to appreciate a woman. Shut up. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, what are we supposed to appreciate here, huh? We're supposed to appreciate that bitch we were talking about yesterday. What the hell is her name? Riccio, whatever the hell her name was. That stupid bitch that dumped her kids off because she wanted to pursue her career and become, a tenured bureaucrat. You know who I'm talking about. Rihanna Rico Rizzuto. This stupid bimbo. Just look up mom gave up her kids for career, and you'll find this slack-jawed looking slut. And you actually have the media championing this bitch as if she's some sort of great contribution to civilization, for Christ's sake. It makes me sick, man. It does. It makes me sick to my stomach, for Christ's sake. Anyway. I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting a little out of hand here, and my apologies, but I just can't take this anymore. I just can't take this crap. International Women's Day. You know what International Women's Day should be consisting of? Every woman that's within the sound of my voice. All right. If you happen to have a man, and I'm not talking about some ethnic minority that's using you for a Cadillac that's financed under your name that's got dubs on it, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the women that actually have a man that cares about them, a man that actually will go out and work, bust their ass, die for them, do anything for them, faithful to them. I think that every woman out there that's listening to my voice should just stop what they're doing and celebrate International Women's Day by going in the goddamn kitchen and making something to eat. How about that? How about that? How about going in the kitchen and making your man something to eat and be happy that you've got a man that's actually sticking by you, that's faithful to you, that would do anything for you. You understand what I'm saying? It just makes me sick. Just go back in the kitchen on International Women's Day. If you want to celebrate this holiday, go in the kitchen and make something to eat. That's all I got to say, all right? And I'm not trying to say that all women shouldn't have equal rights. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that all women are this or that. What I'm saying is is that these broads out here are equating woman liberation with shitting out 8 kids from 8 different fathers. They're equating woman liberation by changing divorces like they're changing dirty, shitty, skid-marked underwear. All right? They're equating woman liberation with this bitch, Rihanna Rizzuto, dumping her kids off and just, not even caring. Just saying, my kids are prohibiting me from having a career, so I'm going to go ahead and dump them off. I'm just going to forget about them and pursue my career. Then this bitch pursues her career and writes a book about it. I mean, it just makes me sick. I'm telling you, International Women's Day, I spit on it. I spit on International Women's Day. And if you happen to be some kind of a woman out here that's getting a little upset, like, oh, I can't believe you're talking that way about us women, Ghost. It's not fair. You're a meanie. You're a meanie, Ghost. It's not fair you're talking that way about us women. Hey, let me tell you, Ghost, it's a woman power. Hear me roar. I mean, give me a damn break, all right? I'm sorry. I know there's people out there that are taking offense to this, but look, I think feminism is not only screwing up the social pipeline in America as it relates to relationships, all right, but I also think that the feminist movement is ruining it for fat and ugly chicks. If you happen to be a fat and ugly chick, haven't you noticed that you're not reaping the rewards of feminism, all right? You're not able to just kind of suck off Colonel Sanders and move your way right up to the top in a rapid period of time because, well, let's be honest, the media has shoved a certain image down the throats of America, and now all bitches have to do is go out and smoke on a pole, and before you know it, they're moving higher in advancement than a well-qualified man. This is the feminist movement here, and the fat chicks and the ugly chicks, they're being left behind. I mean, let me tell you something. If you're a fat chick and an ugly chick, and you see some bimbo with her ass cheeks hanging out from her goddamn Daisy Dukes, if you see some bimbo at the grocery store showing some goddamn cleavage, why don't you just pimp slap that bitch? Seriously, you know what she's doing. I mean, unless this bitch is at the club showing her ass to the market, there should be no reason why this bimbo is dressed like some provocative sex pot, especially at the grocery store or some kind of shopping mall. There should be no reason why this bitch, all right, should be doing this. All right, so that's why I'm saying, if you see this bitch, if you see a bitch like that and you're a fat chick or an ugly chick, why don't you start spitting on these bitches? Why don't you start giving them a pip slap or looking at them weird or talking about them, because that's the only way that's going to stop this feminist movement. The women are going to have to get in on this fight, all right? And if you're an ugly chick or a fat chick, you want to know how you know? Let me tell you, okay? You go out in the general American public, all right, into a shopping center, a shopping mall, or even a club, and no one comes up to you, all right? And the only people that comes up to you are ethnic minorities in last call so that they can, get their rocks off and impregnate your ass off of a one-night stand. That's it. Those are the only people that are coming up to you, for Christ's sake, all right? So what I'm saying is that if you're an ugly or fat chick, when you see these disgusting, Jezebel, fat jelly-ass slut bags that are out here, basically, utilizing their assets, for a lack of a better term, to shake their asses around so that they can get paid, because that's the only reason, let's be honest, all right? That's the only reason. That's the only reason why these bimbos are going to shopping malls and showing their tails off like they're goddamn, on the market as a piece of meat of some sort. All right, I'm not kidding you, man. I'm not joking. All right, and if you disagree with me, get your fat ass off of your goddamn desk, go to your nearest bar, and give me a call, 646-652-4869. Give me a goddamn call, you milky-licking pieces of nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug of the ass-looking, wish you had a clue, having trash. I want to hear from you, all right? 111, you're on the air.
Yes, Ghost. I love you, Gov. Gov. I love you, Gov.
Goddamn internet butt stalker, get him off! Give me a damn break, all right? Here we go, 715. What the hell is your excuse? You're taking too long. You stupid troll-ass bastard. You're taking too long. You can't even troll right. You're so incompetent. You can't even troll right. You're so ridiculously stupid and pathetic. I mean, how does that make you feel? I mean, let that penetrate through your psyche. How does that make you feel being such an unbelievably stupid, pathetic waste of human life that you can't even lol right? You can't even make a prank call right. I mean, give me a goddamn break. It just, Jesus Christ. It makes me sick to my stomach. I don't want to do this goddamn show anymore, for Christ's sake. I'm through. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with this show. Just turn it off. Rather go out drinking for this crap. I'd rather go out and drink at 6th Street instead of listen to this badgering crap. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm sorry, man. I mean, it just makes me upset, man. You know, I'm sitting here shooting Pearl and doing whatever I can. It makes me sick, man. It just makes me sick. That's what it does. It makes me goddamn sick to my stomach. God damn. I'm sorry, man. I know there's people out there saying, calm down, relax. Calm down, relax. I can't. I mean, look at these losers. I mean, look at these losers. I mean, they're calling me, this is the losers of America. This is the losers of the world, for Christ's sake. They're the losers, for Christ's sake. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, folks. I gotta take a break. I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna take a quick break real quick. Anyway, this is Mike V. The song I'm about to play is from Mike Vallely, better known as Mike V. All right? It's called Do or Die.
You're listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, folks. I just had to take a break. That was Revolution Mother with Do or Die. And for all you folks that don't know yet, we're going to have Mike Vallely on next Friday. Believe it or not, March 18th, Mike V is going to be here for an interview, going to tell us about his endeavors, tell us about what he's doing. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm a little out of it, folks. I'm considering maybe, cutting the damn show short here because I'm not feeling very good. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Maybe if I take one more beer or something, maybe everything will be all right. Here, let me go ahead and open up another goddamn beer here. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that song right there, Revolution Mother is the name of the band. The song is called Do or Die. Make sure to look that up on your iTunes, on your Amazon.com accounts. It's a badass song. As a matter of fact, Mike Vallely is that's the man who's in the band. And he's going to be interviewed right here on True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I'm really excited, man. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm panting. I'm sorry I'm breathing hard, but you know how it is. I'm excited to have Mike Vallely up in here, and if you don't know who he is, go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see Mike Vallely. Mike V is what he likes to be known as. I'm going to call him Mike V because he may, try to kick my ass because this guy's a really hardcore, a bastard, to say the least. He's a hardcore SOB. All right, on the clip that's on my website at blogtalkradio.com/ghost, it shows him literally kicking 4 guys' asses at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me, folks. I don't mean to, curse here, but I'm out of breath here. Let me take a chug of this beer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I feel better. Now I feel better. Anyway, let's take some calls here. I was thinking about ending the show, but there's a lot of people calling, so we'll take some calls here. 000, you're on the air.
Yeah, Gus, baby bun. I hope you feel better, Gus. Gus. I hope you feel better.
That's good. What the hell is going on here, for Christ's sake? 111, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Ghost?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's Soy. Do you remember me?
Hey, what's going on, Soy?
Not much. How was your weekend?
It wasn't too bad. I think this weekend is going to be a little better. I'm considering going to my condo and, kicking back before the spring breakers come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's good. Yeah, no, I always call in with a question, but, because I'm just curious. I definitely love your show. I listen all the time. But I was just wondering, what was up with the fucking comments about strippers, huh?
What? Comments about strippers? What are you talking about?
I heard you were talking shit about strippers today.
What did I say?
I don't know. I heard you were talking shit about strippers and women today. I heard that you were saying that strippers pussy.
No. Wait a second. I'm not talking garbage about strippers. I'm talking garbage about International Women's Day. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I mean, I'm talking garbage about International Women's Day because what are we celebrating when women are shitting out children and just, dumping them off and not really caring? I mean, what are we celebrating when women are trivializing life for the sake of quoting their woman liberation? I mean, what are we cherishing here in this International Women's Day when we've got women hopping from penis to penis to penis? And, I mean, it's one thing to go ahead and be a whore. Don't get me wrong. I mean, no man's going to stop a woman from being a slut. But, the least you could do is, get neutered or, make sure the, phallus that's going to penetrate your vulva is going to have some kind of contraception or prophylactic on it, if you will, so that, before, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything about strippers. Are you kidding me? I mean, whoever told you that to call me up is a lying sack of crap. Because I didn't say anything about strippers. If anything, strippers are the purest form of capitalism. I mean, not just strippers. I think hookers too. I mean, a good hooker is someone that you can pay off. She'll suck the damn syrup out of your damn maple tree, and she's out of there. You pay her, she's gone. It's over. There's no transaction. It's a transaction. No correspondence. I thought you loved me, and all this other crap. All right. I mean, as long as these women aren't collecting entitlements, as long as women aren't out there, mooching the government system, I don't care if they're hookers. I don't care if they're strippers. I don't care what they are, man. Believe it or not, just as long as you're making money, I mean, that's all I'm saying. So whoever told you saying I was making fun of strippers is an absolute lie. But I'll tell you this: I think that International Women's Day is a joke. All right, and I'll say it and I'll continue to say it. I think it's funny that women sit here and claim to be so liberated and so, I'm so free, I'm so liberated. Okay, yeah, you're free and liberated. What exactly are you doing with your freedom and liberation? What are you doing with it? I'll tell you what you're doing with it. You're turning into a, let's be honest, a whore. I mean, subliminal prostitute, I'd much prefer a real whore. So at least you know where a real whore is coming from. You know that, hey, she ain't going to talk to you unless you got money. All right? I mean, at least you know the score. Why do you think Charlie Sheen is getting all these damn porn stars to come to his damn place and he's banging them like 3 or 4 at a time? Because they know the score, man. I mean, they know that, hey, I'm going to get some money and this is my job to be a whole, for a lack of a better term. This is my job, so, what the hell? I mean, I'm not saying anything bad. So, where did you get the bad stripper comment from?
Actually, one of my friends told me that he was listening and he heard that you were talking shit about strippers and saying that.
He's an idiot. He's obviously trying to, get some cyber poontang from you, or trying to get a date from you, or saying, hey, Soy, I was sticking up for you, Soy, and I heard him say bad things about strippers, and what I did is I told him, you don't talk about strippers that way, you bastard. And he probably messaged you up, like instant message you up and say, I tried to stick up for your valor and for you, Soy, and he just, didn't care. And he's just trying to get in your pants, Soy. I mean, come on. I mean, you're a stripper. You should know how guys are. Guys are idiots. I mean, you know this, right?
Yeah, that's why I am a stripper. That's why I don't have relationships. But the reason I do this is for the fast money, so that I can win more and I can make more money and I can.
No, I agree, but you got to understand that I mean, I'm not talking garbage about strippers. All right, I mean strippers. As long as strippers aren't making money off the government, who cares what anybody does? I don't even care about drug dealers, to be honest with you. I mean, granted, there's risks. I mean, it's against the law. I mean, there's a lot of risk involved, but if they're not collecting money from the government, why should I care? They're actually providing economic generation. So, whoever told you that was an asshole, and if you're even considering him for any kind of boyfriend material, don't even go there.
He's related to me. I'm not. He's related to me. So
he's related to you?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't really make a difference. I mean, cousins are doing cousins, brothers are doing sisters now. It really doesn't matter, you know?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not from Alabama or anything. It's not like that.
No, I don't think you're from Alabama. I'm just saying, guys are so hard up right now. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, guys are not getting laid. I mean, I just did, a couple of shows ago, I made a statistic, or it was an actual statistic that was online, you could Google it, that 30% of people that are under the age of 25 are virgins. And I'm telling you, it's not by choice, it's because of the fact that you have this new feminist movement coming about out here. And this feminist movement, what is it doing? It's not, instead of doing what you're doing, Soy, which is just, stripping, and going out there and, a man appreciates your services for a given time, gives you money, and that's the way it is. That's not how women are projecting themselves in reality. Most women go up to these poor bastards. I mean, these poor, hard-up bastards that just could only wish. They go to sleep at night wishing they could have a girlfriend. And when they finally have some broad that's paying them attention, there's ulterior motives, there's ulterior motives, there's money, just a whole bunch of things involved. So this is why I'm saying, in my personal opinion. Anyway, thank you for calling, Soy. I mean, don't take offense. And, whoever your brother or cousin is that said, no, he's making fun of strippers, believe me, he wants the poon, all right? Goku, you're on the air. What's going on, Goku?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Nothing much.
Hey, man, it's good to hear from you, man. I'm just kicking back here, drinking the last of my, whatever you want to call it, and kicking back. What do you think about what's going on out here, man? I mean, you've been listening to the whole show. You were actually here before the show began. Did I say anything bad against strippers?
I don't think so. I wasn't really here for like a couple hours because I was eating, but I didn't really hear anything bad about strippers.
I didn't say anything about strippers. It's some guy trying to, win brownie points with cyber poontang over here. That's what I hate about guys, man. They're just such suckers, you know that? Whenever there's some bitch, with a nice piece of tail or something, they'll stab each other in the back so that they can, get a piece. It's sick, man. It's just utterly disgusting. Even though there's more women in this world than men, and there should be enough women to go around out here, no. They see a piece, and they're in a close proximity to it, they'll backstab their best friend for it, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Anyway, go ahead, Goku. What's going on with you, man? It's a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the worst day of the week, freaking Tuesdays.
Yeah. Oh, crap. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And I just want to say to all these prank callers that they're stupid and should be prank calling you. And I'm just gonna. I don't have really any insight, so I'm just gonna let you take some more calls. I'll see you tomorrow, Ghost.
No problem, Goku. We always appreciate you calling in, man. You're always a cool caller, and everybody appreciates you.
All right. Yeah. See you later.
All right, man. So somebody appreciating the game over there, or what?
Yeah.
All right, man. You take it easy, Goku, man. You be cool. I heard. I heard that, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of Goku, but you can tell somebody really likes some sporting event. What the hell today? It's Tuesday. So what the hell is going on? Is there some kind of NBA game or, something like that? Who cares? I love sports. Believe it or not, my favorite sport is boxing. But unfortunately, all the boxing people in America have turned to pussies. And most of the boxers coming out in the boxing world are coming from Mexico or Europe, believe it or not. I really like boxing. I don't like MMA. I mean, I'll watch MMA occasionally, but, when somebody knows that they can get their ass kicked in MMA, they can just kind of sucker themselves out and put themselves in a maneuver where they can get submissioned out. You know what I mean? Like, they taste the leather of one fighter, and they're like, oh, all I got to do is just get choked out, and it's an easy fight. In boxing, that's not how it is, man. In boxing, you either, get your ass beat, and if you don't get your ass beat, it's just all about the performance, man. It's all about legitimate boxing performance. There's just two hands, no feet, nothing else. It's just you and your fists. And the biggest badass wins, man. And you can see the balls of a man in boxing, especially like a 12-round fight. For the first couple of rounds, one guy's kicking ass. Then that guy that was kicking ass loses steam because he's been punching so much, so the other guy starts kicking ass. Then the other guy gets a second win. It's a beautiful sport, man. I just love boxing. I'm sorry. My second favorite sport, believe it or not, golf. That's right, golf. And my third favorite sport, football. Even though I promised myself I wasn't going to watch any more football after that grotesque officiating job during the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinal Super Bowl, which you can look back in the archive, folks. I broadcasted right after that game, and I was really upset and pissed off because it looks so rigged, it's disgusting. That's what's ruining sporting events, is the orchestrating of sports by the goddamn referees. And, of course, I like basketball after football. But basketball's starting to lose its steam, man. As a matter of fact, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing this disgusting, eating his fingernails LeBron James asshole that we're supposed to credit as the next Jordan. I mean, here he has Dwayne Wade on his side. He's got D-Wade, baby. I mean, did you know that fat body, that fat jelly-ass Shaquille O'Neal basically rode D-Wade's coattails for another championship? I mean, let's go back to that Miami Heat championship, man. D-Wade, Dwayne Wade literally scored over 40 points throughout that whole entire finals series. And I'm not joking, man. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And you see, the NBA and everybody else we're supposed to consider LeBron James the man or something. And he sucks. He sucks, man. Let's just be honest. He sucks. And, anybody who happens to know LeBron James, you could tell him I said that. You could tell him I said he sucks. He'll never be Jordan. He'll never be any of these players that are actually making rings. He'll never be Kobe Bryant, all right? He'll never be Tim Duncan. He'll never be Dwayne Wade. He'll never be any of these players that can take a goddamn game in their hands and win it, all right? He'll never be these people. So, he can sit here and keep chewing on his nails, and not to mention, let's not forget that blog that came out, and this is alleged, of course, but this blog that came out, that the reason that he didn't stay in Cleveland was because one of the players was banging his ma, and he just could not, stay in Cleveland anymore, and the Cleveland organization was trying to suppress the fact that one of these, gangster players with a bunch of tattoos and, getting caught, with gats is doing his ma. Banging his ma, for Christ's sake. People think it's false, but, I remember when they tried to take that blog down, and the blogger was like, well, take me to court because I've got proof, and he didn't take it down. So in my personal opinion, I believe that alleged situation that was described in that blog is probably got some kind of relevance to it. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, I know I'm going off here. I know we were supposed to talk about Muammar Gaddafi working out a deal in the underpinnings of the OPEC and all the Arab leagues. He's trying to make way for himself to be exiled without having to stand court in The Hague. And I know that we were supposed to talk about Mardi Gras because today is Fat Tuesday, baby. And I know we didn't get around to that, but it is Fat Tuesday, and I know there's a lot of people out there at Mardi Gras, all that crap. So anyway, we got 2 minutes left in the broadcast, folks. I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Oh, crap, it's only Tuesday. But once again, I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And once again, I'm considering taking a considerable time off next week, since next week is spring break. All right? It's spring break next week, but let me tell you, the only thing that'll change my mind, go to ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, which is the True Capitalist blog. Leave some comments there. Leave some comments on blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And maybe I won't take next week off because next week is spring break, all right? I mean, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from the people. That's what I want to hear from the people. So if you think I should take next week off, let me know. If not, I won't. But I'll tell you this, next Friday, folks, for sure, it's in the bag. Mark it in your calendars and promote it. Email it, throw it on your Facebooks, even make a video about it, all right? Mike Vallowy, all right? Mike V is going to be in the house. He is going to be interviewed by yours truly, the quintessential American badass, an OG of skaters, an actor, and a musician. I mean, we're going to talk to this guy. And for you people that don't know him, go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? Go down to the bottom of the page, and there is a video clip of Mike V in action. Don't mess with this guy because he'll kick your goddamn ass. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited to have a badass on my show instead of all these goddamn fruity-ass Ricky Martin butt lovers that prank call my program. Anyway, we look forward to Mike V, March 18th. Mark it on your calendars. Tell everybody you know, folks, because he will be here. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I'm out of here. I'm here Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Long live capitalism and death to feminism. Bottom line. I'm out of here.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central. Or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.